Buckle your seatbelts and put those tray tables in an upright and locked position. You feel that?
I feel it.
We have everything on our stage.
E3 is absolutely nuts.
Don't change that channel. If you do, you might miss one of the greatest things ever.
Are you ready?
We've got pretty much every game that matters.
E3 is all about the big announcements.
Cool thing called Halo 4.
Do you guys want more demos? You got them.
It's out of control! This is by far the biggest event in video games. Everybody is totally here.
Joining us now, Irrational Games, Ken Levine.
That's right, we're gonna break news here.
I'm here with Todd Howard.
I woke up this morning, I'm like, good God, what is going on? This is amazing. Never seen that before.
The president!
That is crazy.
Don't you love that?
I love it!
And hundreds of hours of gameplay. I'm sold.
The biggest gaming event of the year starts right now because we said so.
G4's studios in Los Angeles, and Morgan Webb and Blair Herter are on the other side of town at the LA Convention Center.
That's right, we've got another full day of coverage from E3 with even more hands-on demos of the biggest games on the show floor, and best of all, we're going to reveal the winners of our coveted Best of E3 Awards.
Coming up, the jaw-dropping game about a spunky high school cheerleader who disembowels the undead. It could only be Lollipop Chainsaw.
Right. Plus, a PlayStation 2 favorite is back. We're going to check out Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, which is coming to the PS3 and the PlayStation Vita.
Then a live hands-on demo of Hawken. We had this game here last year, and I think they owe us a lot of their success to us. Not to brag,
But you did, and
but a bit of a brag.
it's well deserved. But first, it's time to check in with the rest of the G4 crew. They're sort of like the X-Force to our X-Men, if you will.
They're on the floor hitting the booths and digging up some of the coolest stuff on display.
Hashtag E3 on G4. Kristen Adams here, y'all. Checking out the show flow.
The show flow, Mega Ran with the slow flow. Get no dough, but also keep the promo going. Y'all know how I be flowing. MegaRan.com, so you know the slogan.
Time's up. We got to go, go, go.
This is E3, y'all. Welcome to the show. Huh.
Here on the floor of E3, I'll be immersed in video games like Nintendo Land Animal Crossing Sweet Day on the Wii U. So make sure you stay tuned. Get it? I'll be immersed. Really, I had to wear the costume.
Guys, as everyone knows, E3 is a huge week-long event, and just to give you a little taste of what we're experiencing, check out EA's booth. It is massive. There are monitors everywhere, huge 360-degree booth. We've got kiosks, we've got people. It's insane. Everyone's doing it big this year, but these guys took it literally.
Hey, it's Matt Myra coming here from the Tekken booth. Look at this. This day could not get any better than it is right now. A quarter. Hang on a second. This is the best day ever.
Hey everybody, Alex here from the floor, E3 2012. Yes, you heard me right. I said from the floor. Some game companies go big. 2K Games goes crazy. They built an actual sports bar in the floor of the convention center. I'm gonna go get a beer, check out Borderlands 2. You guys get jealous.
Wow, Matt Myra is in heaven right now. Thanks, guys. Today I will be manning the Twitter wall. Now, once again, right now, we can see the most popular games that everyone is talking about at E3, like, shocker, Halo 4. But Tank is giving Master Chief a run for his money. Plus, I'll be monitoring the E3 tweet counter, which now stands at way over 2 million. Nice! Most importantly, though, I will be reading your tweets and giving out free stuff! Yay! Who doesn't like free stuff? Speaking of, Tweeter A. Cody Erickson just won a PlayStation PlayStation 3. Congrats! Now, later on, we'll be giving away another PlayStation 3 and an Xbox 360, but in the next hour, we'll be giving away a PlayStation Vita. So if you're feeling lucky, all you have to do is head over to G4TV.com/E3sweeps and tweet using the hashtag E3 on G4. Looking for something to tweet about? Well, how about you tell us what you think about this first look?
2010 saw the release of Heavy Rain, which was truly one of the most ambitious and groundbreaking games of this generation.
And believe it or not, the developers behind the interactive thriller are back with a new game that's ready to push boundaries. We are taking a first look at Beyond.
Absolutely, and we are so pleased to have on stage today director David Cage. David, thank you so much for being here, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it. Look, at DICE, we spoke a little bit about the demo that you showed, Kara, and you told us that it wasn't necessarily representative of the game, but it was representative of the tech in the game. We finally saw at the Sony press conference the game. Outside of the fact that Juno is super pissed off, what is Beyond? What do we know about this game?
Beyond is a story of a young girl who has a link with an invisible entity. So it's an entity, she doesn't know if it's a ghost or a spirit or whatever, but as far as she remembers, she always felt this presence around her. So the game is about 15 years of the life of this young girl and how she's going to grow, evolve, and learn to live with this thing.
And what are we really seeing right now?
We see some images from the game. Well, this is real time, so this is not cutscenes, it's really gameplay. And this is really what the game looks like.
And we saw some kind of force field power that she was using?
Yeah, I mean, this entity called Aiden can do many different things, and he's like a guardian angel protecting Jodie from attacks, from all the trouble she can have. But it's not just a power or a pet, it's really like a character with its own personality. So he can be very nice and protective, or he can be very angry, violent, and jealous.
Now, what we've seen with you guys' games, you're really, the important thing for you is to really make sure it's steeped in reality. Heavy Rain was a very real game. Anybody could have gone through that experience. You are, of course, adding superpowers to an extent in the game here. So how do you continue doing what you guys did with Heavy Rain while adding this element of something that's not very real?
Yeah, what is really important to us is really to create games that are mature and maybe different from the other games on the show floor. We don't make games with guns or monsters or platforms. We create really games grounded in reality, and we try really to work on emotions, how you will care for the character, how you will feel emotionally involved in the experience.
Now, you know, in relation to that, or in order to create that emotional connection, you really pumped a lot of work into the graphics. What work did you do to the engine?
Well, we were quite happy with the engine we had on Heavy Rain. We thought the game looked okay, but we really wanted to move forward. So we developed a brand new engine from scratch, and we worked a lot on the lighting. We worked a lot on the way materials reflect the light. We worked on the depth of field. We worked on all these special effects that will make the game more realistic, more spectacular also. So it's been a lot of work.
Now, a lot of studios usually will stop with that. They're like, look, everything looks great, so we'll just put this out. But you guys, you take that extra step. You create this experience first with the actors, and I know it was really important to you guys, and you surprised a lot of people when you guys announced that Ellen Page was actually a part of this game. Like you said, because you guys start in the studio, you know, you mocap and you do all that first, and then you build the game around that. So having Ellen Page in the game was really important as far as her acting ability is concerned.
Oh, having Ellen Page is just amazing. I mean, the role of this young girl called Jodie Holmes was so important. We will see her through 15 years of her life, so we needed to find an actress who would be capable of, you know, delivering this incredible performance from being a young teenager to being an adult and having this strange relationship with this entity. So we just sent a script to Ellen and sent a copy of Heavy Rain and told us what we were expecting from her. So we've been very blunt from the start, saying this is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a lot of work. You're going to
Actors love hearing that, by the way.
Yeah, she heard that. But we just didn't want to lie to her and tell her, you know, if you come to work on this thing, this is going to be a lot of work, pretty much more work than on a movie. So you need to know what to expect, and you need to know that we will be just as demanding in matter of quality and acting as if it was a movie. And she said, yeah, okay, fine, let's do it. And so we met, we talked about the character a lot, we rehearsed a lot, and we did this shooting. So it's a fantastic experience, and I'm sure it's going to translate very well in the game.
So what did you actually start with for the game? Did you start with the script and work up the game from there, or did you start with the mood and work from there?
The way I work is first I try to find out what I want to talk about. And it's so important. I don't start with the technology, or I don't start with gameplay mechanics. I really start with an emotion or something I feel I need to talk about. And in this case, it was about probably death. What's on the other side? I lost someone close to me and my family, and I was not happy with what religion has to say about it. So I just made up my own story, and I just imagined what's on the other side and built a story around it. So I try to think about story and gameplay at the same time, because I think that one needs to support the other. You cannot, you know, give the priority to one versus the other. You need to think about both at the same time.
Now, do the, I guess, perceived expectations of the audience affect certain development of the game? Because you guys do an incredible job of clearly doing what it is you want to do with this game. But were there any, you know, did you take into consideration maybe things that you learned from Heavy Rain, things that worked, things that didn't work, as far as immersion and pacing of gameplay when you made this game?
Yeah, of course, you always listen to the feedback and to the gamers, but at the same time, you don't want to give people what they expect.
Sure.
Otherwise, you don't do your job as a creative person. You just you do marketing. You don't do creativity anymore. So no, we listen, but at the same time, we really created the experience that we had in mind and that we felt people would really enjoy.
Well, it looked like on the Sony press conference, people are really going to enjoy this game. I know people want to get their hands on it, so when can we actually play this game?
It's going to be next year.
Next year? Any time next year?
As soon as possible.
All right, so sometime in the 12 months that exist in 2013, you will be able to play this game. Well, David, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
The game was absolutely incredible.
So good! Coming up after the break, a hot blonde cheerleader beheads zombies in Lollipop Chainsaw. Sounds like someone's been reading my dream journal. Plus, the PlayStation's most talented thief adds time traveling to his resume. And Sly Cooper thieves in time. All that and more right after this.
Hey, it's E3, and guess what? Cool people are here, and I just ran into a really cool person, Mr. Todd McFarlane.
Hey, how are you guys doing today?
How are you doing, Todd? Now, we are here to talk about your new figures from Halo.
Right.
These are the Halo 4 figures. You have a whole new line.
So we usually do the regular size one, the 6-inch figures.
Yeah.
We've also got the avatars we'll be doing that you're going to be popping on, and then because people are always trying to get the vehicles and they're too big to do it at this scale, we've got the little miniature ones we're going to come out with. So we're going to have basically a small, medium, and a large sort of look for everybody.
So that's a size of Halo to suit your needs, everybody. Halo 4 figures coming out from Todd McFarlane later this year. Be on the lookout for them. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Todd.
All right, be good.
All right, zombie games, by and large, they're just giant downers, full of apocalyptic environments and stories about how everyone's loved ones are dead.
Yada, yada, yada.
Here,
But
face
Lollipop
off.
Chainsaw is on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. It's set in high school. The main character is a cheerleader, and decapitations bring geysers of pink hearts.
The way they should. Joining us now, the writer of Lollipop Chainsaw, James Gunn, everybody! How are you, sir?
I am excited to be here, mostly because I'm wearing a head mic for the first time in my whole life.
That's great.
And as soon as I'm done with this segment, I'm making a dash away from the G4 booth so I can have this thing
yours.
at home.
Yeah. Keep it. That's
like
parting
pretend
gift.
we're Madonna.
Yeah.
Will you bring us one of the giant heart-filled chainsaws, though, in exchange? Can we swap out a mic for one of those things?
I will bring one for Morgan, but not for you.
Okay, that's fine.
You know.
I like this guy
Yeah,
already.
it looks much better in your hands. Let's talk Lollipop Chainsaw, zombie hunting, cheerleaders.
Yes.
Yep.
Anything else? When's it coming out?
Well, it comes out on Tuesday, June 12th,
Yes.
you know, in the United States, and we're very excited about it. I mean, I think this is a utterly unique game. It's got, as we said, a lot of hearts coming out of people's brains as you're slicing them open. You don't see that very often. And we have a great cast with Michael Rosenbaum from Smallville, Linda Cardellini from Freaks and Geeks and ER, my brother Sean Gunn from Gilmore.
Hey, keep it in the family.
Shawnee
That's nice.
Smith, Tara Strong.
Wait, now Rosenbaum, is he the cheerleader's decapitated boyfriend's head?
Yes.
So he's the voice of the little skull that's hanging out on her waist?
Yes, Juliet carries around her decapitated boyfriend's head on her hip, since what she can do is she can cut off a zombie's head, put his head on the zombie's body, and that guy will be like her assistant for a little while. Yeah, he'll help her.
Did you write that, or was that like a game glitch that someone figured out? They're like, all right, yeah, we'll let this work.
It just happened by accident.
That's amazing.
How did you get involved with Suda 51?
Yeah.
Suda came to me along with Warner Brothers about 2 years ago. They said, hey, we have this idea for a game. They showed me a little bit of test footage, a little bit like what it looks like right now, with Juliet fighting these guys, slicing them open, hearts, pink hearts, rainbows coming out of their heads, and I thought aesthetically this is the most interesting thing I've ever seen in my life. I want to be a part of it. And so at that time we started to craft the story, create the characters, and really create something utterly unique.
At that time, at that early time, was she a chainsaw-wielding cheerleader? Did they already have that done?
She was a chainsaw-wielding cheerleader. She didn't have a name yet. We didn't know what her personality was, and she became the innocent lover of gore that we all adore.
And so what is this world that we're in right now, like this particular level? What are we seeing here?
This level is, and my eyes are awful, this is our second level, and we're about to learn how to do the chainsaw dash, which is
that sounds
one of Juliet's many moves that she can do with the chainsaw. She can upgrade her chainsaw throughout the game. She can shoot with it later. She can do pop her boyfriend's head at people with it. She can do all sorts of.
So it's one primary weapon, but through these upgrades and different attributes, you can turn it into a projectile weapon, crazy over-the-top melee attacks.
You can keep growing.
Good.
In a Dr. Phil sort of sense.
Did she decapitate her boyfriend?
She did decapitate her boyfriend because he was infected with the zombie virus. And as you know,
it had to be done.
You have to cut off someone's head to save their lives if they've been infected with the zombie virus.
If they've been bitten, it's already too late.
Yeah.
So
yes.
You have to do
There is a magical incantation you can do. I mean, this is scientifically accurate.
Absolutely.
I think it's in the Bible, so it's got to be real.
Right.
That you can save someone's life that way.
Is that what the main goal is here? Is Juliet, is she struggling to bring everybody back and reanimate them, or does she just only concern?
Oh no,
survival?
she's given up on those people. Those people are pieces of crap. They're mindless idiot zombies now, and she's just gonna murder all of them. And that's one of the reasons why the game is so fun, because we can do things to people that we want to do all day. Well, I want to do all day long.
No.
To all these guys back here, I'd like to really zombify them and kill them.
They're applauding their own murder.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
They love to be killed.
Oh, what? This is the time.
As long
Yes.
as the cards come out, I mean, it's all good.
Yeah,
Right?
now what is?
Happy time.
I always love notes for a game like this. It says sparkle hunting.
Sparkle hunting.
Tell us about sparkle hunting.
Well, sparkle hunting is one of the many terrific things you can do in the game. There's all sorts of great stuff. You know, I think we're the only game with stripper pole moves in it, where you can kill zombies through certain stripper poles.
You can utilize a stripper pole.
You can utilize a stripper pole to kill zombies. You can also do many cheerleading moves with certain combinations, dancing on zombies' heads and doing certain cheers.
Now, is
Are
that?
there stripper poles in high schools these days?
Yes. Yeah. Have
Well,
you not
she's
seen 16 and pregnant? Come on.
Good to know.
Very coincidentally, is Juliet's 18th birthday on the,
Oh, good.
on
Got
the
it.
day of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. PE class is a lot different these days than it used to be. It's a cardio striptease and jump rope.
So right now we have some flamethrower action going on.
Of course we do.
Oh no,
No. Those guys are just on fire.
just on fire.
Just human torches. That's what they are. That's
Yeah.
This is insane. So now, is a lot of this? I mean, Suda 51, insane developer.
He's an amazing guy.
No More Heroes, like one of my favorite games of all
Yes.
time. Collaborating with them, was it you going, I'd like to see a move like this or a scenario like this, and then they bring it to life, or do you go, hey, here's a crazy scenario, and then they just pour a metric ton of insanity on top of it?
No, listen, they already had certain amounts of the gameplay in place. They already even had some of the builds in place. They knew it was a love story, because at the center of this story really is, at the center of this gore and disgusting.
Don't tell me.
It's a love story.
It's a love story.
It is. It's a love story between her and her decapitated head.
Okay.
He needs to learn acceptance, that he no longer has a penis, that he's just a head, and that's his life. And then she needs to learn that he's not just a cool bag. Because she kind of treats him like, this is the coolest, Dolce & Gabbana bags. Do Dolce & Gabbana make bags? I don't even know.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
She's more than just an accessory.
An accessory. She treats him like an accessory through most of the game. So she needs to learn in that way. And they come to love each other by the end of the game. And at the middle of all the gore and dismemberment is something very sweet. And I think a lot of people are really going to be getting teary-eyed at the end.
I think this is going to bring the families together more than Nintendo ever could.
It is.
This is really going to bring
a great game.
Grandma, grandpa, and the kids together for stripper pole
especially if grandmas and little small children love the F-bomb being dropped numerous times, and a lot of penis jokes. lot of vagina jokes, then, you know, Lollipop Chainsaw is for you.
You had me at hello, James.
All right, so tell us again when the game comes out.
The game comes out Tuesday, July 12th, which is just a few days away.
All right, thanks for coming by.
Thanks, guys.
James Gunn, everybody.
Yay, James Gunn! Everyone gets excited by the idea of having 64 people shooting at each other in online multiplayer. I mean, that is a lot of gunfire. But in this upcoming MMO PlanetSide 2, thousands of people will be at war. Yeah, I said thousands. Kristen has all the details.
After a 9-year hiatus, the MMO battle for Planet Araxis continues in PlanetSide 2.
PlanetSide 2 is a sequel to PlanetSide 1. It's an MMO FPS with massive scale, epic battles, and a persistent world.
You guys are really stepping up the massive in MMO. Tell me how you're doing that.
So we have huge continents. Our play space is 8 kilometers by 8 kilometers, 64 square kilometers that you're going to play through with no loads and no loading time.
So are there anything specific about the factions that you can tell us that make them unique?
The new conglomerates is harder hitting, a little bit slower moving. The Terran Republic are more of a pray and spray. They can go down pretty quick. The VS, Vanu Sovereignty, which is my favorite, are relying on higher technology, so lasers, plasma fire, that kind of thing. There's 6 classes that you're able to jump into at any point on respawn or in terminals. We have the Infiltrator, Light Assault, Heavy Assault, Medic, Combat Engineer, and Max Suit.
What about a release date for PlanetSide 2?
Nothing's announced, but it will be coming out later this year.
Okay, awesome. As long as it's within the realm of 2012, I know we're happy.
Oh, yeah.
We don't like to be teased too far in advance. Give it to us now!
Coming up, we'll have the latest on Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time. Yes, the larcenous raccoon is back, and dare I say, better than ever.
Oh, Plaza hands-on demo of Hawkins, the game that lets you climb into a giant mech and blast your online foes to pieces. More E3 right after this.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by the all-new Ford Focus ST.
Hey everybody, Alex, E3 2012 on G4. I just played a little bit of End of Nations, but not only are there great games, but there are great experiences to have, like this. I'm going to go and shoot some people in my giant mech. I'll see you on the other side. Ooh. Oh, come on, babies. Let's get this fire action going. All right, where is everybody? Where do I aim this big mech?
Secret that raccoons are rabies-infested trash eaters that need to be wiped out. The one exception is Sly Cooper. He should live. After a long absence, the talented thief has a new adventure coming to the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita. And joining us now to go hands-on with the new Sly is Sanzaru Games president, Glenn Egan. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I have to say that I'm actually a really big Sly Cooper fan, so I'm very excited about this game. So tell us a little bit about where we'll be playing and who we're playing as.
Well, in Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, it turns out that the Thievius Raccoonus is changing. The pages are disappearing. So now Sly and the gang are going to have to get back together and travel back through time to essentially restore the legacy of the Cooper clan. And so here we're going to be seeing Sly meeting his medieval English ancestor, Sir Gallup Cooper, back in medieval England. And he's a sort of bombastic kind of knight-type character. He's, oh yes, sally forth, we'll go attack the dragon, blah, 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 blah. And maybe he doesn't quite think things all the way through, but he's certainly entertaining for it.
And will you tell me a little bit about, or tell everybody at home a little bit about what the Sly Cooper series is and what makes Sly Cooper a Sly Cooper game?
Well, I think, at the core, Sly Cooper is about thiefiness, that sense of looking down from above, sneaking around, taking out guys, stuff like that. And then just variety. There's just so much variety of the gameplay. You get to play as the entire Cooper gang, you get to travel to these different time periods, you get to play as all of his ancestors, you get to collect costumes. Costumes give Sly additional abilities and new strategies that get layered in there. mini games. Bentley has these hacking mini games that you get to take on, and just a lot of variety.
So right now, let's talk about this level that we're looking at right now. So he just, of course, picked someone's pocket, which is a very important part of the game. Oh, and you can see his little coins hanging out in his coin purse. He's just asking for it.
And so this is Sir Gareth Cooper. This is Sly's medieval English ancestor. And Matt here is showing off some of his unique abilities, his shield smash. All ancestors have their own unique abilities and their own strategies. And you can see how he can, he's playing the game down on the bottom of the English hamlet here. But he can head up, up into the rooftops, and then he can be a lot more sneaky.
There's always a verticality in Sly Cooper games, so you've integrated that with all the different time periods.
Yeah, and I really think that the PlayStation 3 really affords us that ability to have a lot more strata in the levels, and so you can that sense of thiefiness is always about like looking down and being like, I know something you don't. I'm coming to get you. But you can see here he's actually going to take on a mission, and he can go across the world in any way. He can go sneaky, he can go to the rooftops, he can power through here and take out some of the guards down at the bottom. It all depends on how you want to play it. But he's got a mission where he needs to actually go and take out these security cameras on balloons. So obviously somebody's traveling back in time and messing with medieval England. And Sly's ancestor, Sir Gareth, is sort of this bombastic kind of English knight. He's like, yeah, just get me a catapult, chuck me in the catapult, fling me at it, and I'm going to take him out. And Bentley's like, well, dude, how about you just climb up that tower, and then you can just hit him. He's like, oh, good idea. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
So Bentley, of course, will make a triumphant return.
Oh, yeah. All the gang's back. You get to play as Sly and Bentley and Murray, and we just announced Carmelita as well as a playable character. And you can take them out here into the hubs, and use them and use their strategies in exploring. So, yeah.
And so the story is not truly episodic. I mean, it all does tie together.
Well, you travel back into each time period, each episode, and you get to meet the ancestor, and you're going to slowly be uncovering exactly what's been going on, exactly what has happened in the timeline to change the Thievius Raccoonus. And as you meet the ancestors, you will uncover more and more about that.
And you have something in your pocket.
I do. We are going to be shipping day and date on the PlayStation Vita, and I'll just pop that up here. This is really, really cool. You have the ability, you'll be sitting in your living room, playing on your couch, and you got to head off to work or whatever. You just save it up into the cloud, and then you can take your Vita, on your lunch break, and just pop in, pick up right where you left off, and continue playing. And I really, that really is the way that I play games these days. Like I'm not in college anymore and sitting on my couch playing video games all day. And so it just allows you to, you're constantly thinking, I can't wait to get back to that, and and you can. So that's a really cool part about it.
So now I can actually keep playing the exact same game that I was playing on my console on the Vita, and then when I'm done with that, I can transfer the save back and play it on my console again when I get home.
Yep, right back in there.
That is awesome. I'm very excited to do that. When does Sly Cooper Thieves in Time come out?
We will be coming out this fall.
This fall. I can't wait. You guys, I cannot recommend the Sly Cooper games enough. You can go back and check out all of the previous games. They're all worth it. Thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Let's check in with the Twitter wall, shall we? Kevin. Ray, game on. Thank you, AOTS. You guys have made my week amazing with all the coverage of E3. Can't wait for Beyond. Orly Eyes says, Beyond definitely looks interesting. I love that they got Ellen Page for the main character.
Ellen Page!
That makes one of you. I also want to point out that Tank is now above Halo 4. What? That's cray right there. Remember, guys and dolls, keep on tweeting. For contributing only 140 characters to the conversation, you could win a freaking console. Yeah! Just head to G4TV.com/E3 sweeps. Use the hashtag E3 on G4 and tell us what you think about anything and everything E3.
Thanks so much, Candace.
You're welcome.
Hey, this year marks the 15th? 50th? What is it? It's the 50th anniversary of the James Bond franchise. That's crazy. And the Queen's deadliest agent is getting a new game that looks back at his long career. 007 Legends reimagines several pivotal moments from the series, and we've got all the details in this floor report.
license to kill, so put on your best suit and grab a martini. It's time for 007 Legends. So 007 Legends is a mission-based first-person shooter. Can you tell me a little bit about the missions?
So there are going to be 5 missions that are based on 5 classic Bond films. The first of those we've recently announced, which is going to be based on Moonraker. There's also going to be a 6th mission, which is going to be based on the highly anticipated Bond movie Skyfall, which is due for release later this year. Now, the Skyfall mission is going to be free downloadable content post-launch. We've announced Moonraker as our first mission based off one of the classic films. We have Skyfall as well. The remaining 4 films are going to be announced leading up to the launch. There's also going to be a lot of great experiences, a lot of familiar faces from the films returning. So for Bond fans, you know, it's going to be perfect.
So for a lot of gamers, they have a very soft spot in their heart for GoldenEye on the N64. So how has gameplay for 007 changed up to 007 Legends?
Obviously, the graphics have taken a massive leap. We've done a lot of work on the AI, so now the AI will become suspicious. They'll try and investigate Bond. Maybe if they catch a glimpse of him or they hear his footsteps, they're going to come and try and find you, and then they're going to engage you if they see you.
Thank you very much, Rob. Guys, 007 Legends coming out October 16th. Keep your eyes out for it. It might just be the best Bond game yet. It'll leave you shaken, but not stirred.
50 years.
50.
After the break, we will go hands-on with Hawken. This amazing PC game that looks like $100 million, but was made by a teeny tiny team.
Oh, they're pint-sized. Plus, 2011's most punishing game just got even harder. Get a taste of the stomach-turning Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. We'll be right back, and you'll be right there. Huzzah!
That'll be tanking. Tank, tank, tank.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by GameFly, the best way to rent and buy games.
Today is the day we give out our Best of E3 awards, and we save the best categories for last.
Yes, but considering you're supposed to be handing out the awards in person at the LA Convention Center, you should probably start running. Like, now. Go! Go! Get there!
This place is so big. Does anyone know where Kiki Wolfkill is? Up there! Hi, are you Kiki?
I am.
Hi, I want to present you with XPlay's Best of E3 award for our favorite Xbox game, Halo 4. Congratulations!
Sweet, thank you.
Is there one thing that you would attribute the success of this game to?
I would have to attribute it to the Master Chief. The epic return of the Master Chief.
Is there anyone that you want to thank? Do you have a list of people?
My Irish bartender, Frank O'Connor. There's also that guy in 6th grade. I definitely have him to thank. And let's see, who else? My dogs. I love my dogs.
One of the greatest success stories of last year's E3 was the unveiling of Hawken, which is a mech game that looks exactly like a AAA title, but it was made by only a handful of talented developers. Now, obviously, the game has grown in size and, of course, scope. And joining us today to talk about what's changed in 2012 is Jason Hughes, producer at Adhesive Games. Jason, thank you for being here, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having us. It's much appreciated.
And I know that you're really excited about the reception that you've gotten here. Look, we saw it last year at E3. A year of video game development time is like 40 years in real people time.
It doesn't feel that way.
Really?
It goes by fast.
You're not locked into a room and, it's like, God, it's only...
Locked into a room is for sure. It goes by so fast, though.
All right, well, let's talk about, for the people at home maybe that haven't seen much since last year, bring us up to speed on what Hawken is exactly.
Well, Hawken is a first-person shooter. We're a mech game. We're free to play. We're also coming out this year. Our open beta date is 12/12/12 this year, so everyone's going to be able to get their hands on it. So the excitement is tremendous. We're working really, really hard and really excited for the release.
Yeah, I can tell the guys that are driving the game look exhausted over there. They're like, oh, just want to finish this game and put it out. No, you guys actually brought something, and we're really honored to have something exclusive today. People are seeing this for the first time here on screen. What did you guys actually bring in for us exclusively?
Well, the footage that we have right now is some of Siege Mode. It's one of our premier modes for the game. We are multiplayer focused, and sure, we have deathmatch, we have team deathmatch, but Siege Mode is something that's really unique to the game. We add a lot of different components. There's some resource gathering. There's some sort of king of the hill, capture point kind of feel to it as well. We're really, really proud of it. And what we are showing for the first time, we've never talked about, we've never shown the details of our heavy mech.
Okay.
Heavy mech, we have 3 classes. We have a light class, a medium class, and a heavy class. The heavy has some unique abilities about it, and it's, yeah, I'm here to talk about that. It's the first time we've ever really brought it up.
All right, well, let's talk about those abilities if you can. Well, you know, let's go straight heavy mech.
Heavy
I'm gonna
mech.
get a heavy squared mech when I get into this game. So what are the abilities that this mech has?
Well, the heavy mech is much larger than the others in size. So it has greater armor. It can withstand more damage. It moves a little bit more slowly, as you can imagine. It's big and lumbering, but some of its special abilities, it can actually fold down into itself. It turns into what we have as a turret mode, so it can actually, team members can pop in behind them and actually shoot, so it can actually do cover, and it's quite the challenge to actually take them down.
All right, and what was the challenge in designing that? Does it play that much differently than the other mechs that you guys have in the game?
It plays very differently, so the challenge is always balance. We want people to feel that no matter what class they're playing, they feel that they have an equal chance to do well, and it's based on their skill versus what they're actually picking for hardware. So the goal in that is to make sure that the player's skill is emphasized and that the mechs are a support for the way that you like to play. If you want to take on a supportive role, it's great for that. If you want to, you know, maybe take the limelight a little bit and go a little bit be more offensive, then we have a selection for that with the lighter mechs. But the heavy mech is something that's truly, it feels pretty tankish.
All right. So which mech should I pick that it works best with my playstyle of cowering behind a heavy mech? Which mech works well for that?
You know what? Another heavy mech might be a good idea.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's because I take the damage when my friend eventually gets killed because I'm terrible at this game.
Yeah,
you don't want me to play your game at all, do you?
I do want you to play the game.
Let's talk about the people that are going to play the game because it's free to play.
Sure.
I'm going to assume that you're going to have 100% market share with this game. Everybody in the world is going to play this game, not only because it looks awesome, but because, again, it is free to play.
Right.
And I know something that you guys focused on as well, outside of delivering this amazing quality gameplay, but the customization you have in this game is also extraordinary, and not something that people normally equate with a free-to-play game. So talk about the customization a little bit.
Sure. Customization is really, really big for us. I think it's part of what is going to draw people and keep them into the game. So we talked about the different mech classes. We have 3 different mech classes, but then we also have a wide variety of weapons. We have some primary weapons, which are the ones that you use most often. We have a Vulcan, we have a slug rifle, and then there's the secondary weapons, which are more supportive. For example, Hellfire rockets, which are sort of homing missiles. We have a sniper rifle. That really, you know, how you like to play, that's what you'll choose. But we also have camo customization, and then we have this really great skill tree where as you go, you unlock points that you can allocate into those. You can unlock special abilities. And you could have a mech, 2 light mechs, they look exactly the same, but play completely differently based on how you want to load them out.
I guess the way I should have phrased that question was, what don't you have in this game? Because that's a lot of stuff.
We don't have you playing in it yet.
I will be playing it poorly, but I will definitely be playing this game. And because you said it is a focus on multiplayer, I wanted to expand a little bit on the multiplayer mode.
Sure.
If you could just quickly, number one, talk about those modes, but then specifically, I want to know what you guys think in developing this game, what you think people are going to gravitate to the most. What are people going to be playing the most?
I think there's 2. I think Team Deathmatch, that's pretty classic.
Sure,
Everyone
everybody
likes
plays that.
You want to jump in, you just want to shoot some people up, destroy some mechs, metal carnage, you're good to go. But I think Siege Mode is something that's very unique to the game. I think people are really going to attach to it, and I think that's the mode that people are going to associate with Hawken and what people are going to play most often and keep coming back to.
Right, and we were excited that you guys actually showed that off here today. I know you said at the beginning, we're all really excited about it, but one more time, when can we expect to play this game?
Open beta 12/12/12 this year. If people go to playhawken.com, they can register for a closed beta. We haven't announced a date for that, but it is coming slightly before the open beta. If everyone goes to the website, register, get a chance to play before everyone else. We want feedback. We want people in there having a good time as soon as possible.
All right, and the important thing to know, guys at home, you don't have to save any money for this because it's free to play. Thank you so much, Jason, for coming by. We really appreciate it. The game was awesome, and we're really looking forward to seeing more in December of this year.
usually a man's world, right? Well, that's not the case with Dead or Alive, and they are back with Dead or Alive 5. The kittens have claws. I'm here with Marco. You are here with Dead or Alive 5. Finally, it's out 7 years later. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, Dead or Alive 5, it's back. Getting it up there into a completely new dimension. I'm really excited about it as well. Making the game as technical as ever, so hardcore fans and hardcore gamers can really get into it.
Now there's a third dimension.
Oh, of course. I mean, what we've done is we've taken like the 3D interactive stages of Dead or Alive and taken them to a brand new level, something that we're calling fighting entertainment. You can, like, the stages are completely destructible, interactive.
Do we have old characters back?
Yeah, old characters. You'll see some new faces. You'll see characters from Virtua Fighter as well, so we're really, really excited about that. Dead or Alive 5 is coming September 25th.
There you have it, Dead or Alive 5. When you want to kick butt with women, this is the place to do it.
Because we are blasting off into the Twitter sphere over here. Devin the Legend says, Sly Cooper on the Vita, take my money, please. I'm sure they gladly will. Carbina95, thanks for the laughs, guys. Thank you, AOTS, for giving me multiple new reasons to dust off my Xbox and PS3. Pumped for Sly Cooper and Halo 4, but what about the Wii U and Tank? Because it is leading the way over here by a landslide. We also got Albino Pig, sexy cheerleaders, excessive violence, and zombies. This truly deserves Game of the Year. Sexy cheerleaders and zombies? Right there with you. Head over to G4TV.com/E3 sweeps and tweet using the hashtag E3 on G4 for a chance to win some cool stuff. Just keep those tweets coming, y'all. Keep them coming.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Now, next week, we turn our attention away from the future and actually look at the past. G4 is counting down the top 100 video games of all time in 5 one-hour specials. You want a sneak peek? Yeah. Of course you do.
And now an arcade classic with all the right moves. The finger-tapping classic, Galaga.
First of all, bees. I am not a fan of bees, so this made me really happy to shoot space bees out of the sky.
Galaga was unleashed at arcades in 1981. The gameplay was familiar to fans of Space Invaders, but unlike its predecessor, the baddies in Galaga were bee-like creatures that zipped and swarmed at you with dizzying precision.
It's coming down to you. It will fly. It will come down and get your ass.
Galaga was the first cause of carpal tunnel syndrome because you got the joystick in one hand, the other hand, you got to hit it for every bullet.
I feel like Galaga was the game that kind of introduced us to the concept of the challenge stage. Everyone loved Galaga.
Will your favorite game make the cut? The battle starts Monday at 8. Set your DVRs. For more, go to G4TV.com/top100. And stick around because there's more E3 on the way.
Including what?
Well, including a demo of the new downloadable content that's coming to Battlefield 3.
Oh, I'm going to brace myself.
How about that? You should.
Armored Kill.
Armored Kill is going to be great. Where are we going to be?
We're going to be right back.
Of course we are.
Like me, you follow the news, you know the zombie apocalypse is coming. How can you protect your brain from zombies? Enroll in Ubisoft's Zombie U. Now, what kind of crazy actions are we going to see when we get our hands on Zombie U for the Wii U?
Well, you're going to get some serious killing zombie action.
So obviously, Zombie U on the Wii U, what are we going to be able to do to take advantage of the new Wii U platform?
What we say to the players is that the Wii U controller is your survival kit. Hold on to it, and you will have chances for survival using your scanner, using your backpack, inventory, your crossbow. Everything fits in there. If you don't hold on to it, if you go happy-go-lucky and waste your bullets and etc., you will die a lot.
Have you guys announced when this is going to be released?
We're going to be released at the same date as the Wii U will release.
So this is a launch title for the Wii.
It is a launch title.
All right, Guillaume, thank you so much. Congratulations and good luck on the launch. That guy looks like he wants to eat your brain, so I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you later.
Yay, zombie killing. Now, publishers and developers, they come into E3 with guns all ablaze, hoping to wow the fickle masses with new titles and gaming innovations. Sure, some succeed, some fail. We're going to break down all the highs and the lows in this Kit Kat news break. Please audibly welcome Wired editor Chris Kohler and True Blood star Janina Gavankar. Shake hands, now fight. E3.
You're right about everything.
There we go, it's over. Thank you guys.
No problem.
Janina, for you, the biggest title at E3 this year was Watch Dogs?
I feel like that was all I could hear. Oh, Watch Dogs, Watch Dogs. And I talked to one of these guys that, yeah.
It was from that one guy.
Yeah, that one guy. He was the one
He's
guy.
paid to
Yeah, but I
represent.
talked to him and he had a French accent. And besides that, he was like, we're a year out and he really didn't tell me anything except that you're a hacker running around and playing, and everything in the city is connected in OS. And it's in the near future in Chicago. I'm from Chicago, so I'm excited to go around and see just how close to actuality it really is.
Right. Well, so you know how violent everybody is in Chicago then, and how dangerous the streets are. So
Yes,
it's
I
a very
do.
accurate representation.
Yes, exactly.
I know they showed this off, and they were demoing it on a very high-end PC, but they said, no, this is going to hit PS3, and it's going to hit Xbox, and I don't know if you even saw the video, but like the fidelity was pretty high. I'm going to be amazed if they can get that on the 360.
Yeah, you cross our fingers.
Well, they make Call of Duty on the Wii, but it's not really Call of Duty, right?
That is true.
Right? So
that is
look, the lesson of this year's E3 is if Sony and Microsoft aren't going to announce next generation consoles, by God, publishers are going to do it for them. Right? They're like, no, look, we're showing these Unreal Engine 4 and all this stuff, and it's like
Square Enix came out with their
they
tech
had
demo,
an engine,
which is there's no way that's running on current gen
Right, it's
hardware.
targeted for next generation, these vague next generation platforms, which everybody knows they exist. Sony and Microsoft aren't talking about them, but they exist.
Well, Nintendo's got one that, well, I don't know if it won you over, the Wii U. What were your thoughts?
It's, I mean, the Wii U, I feel, is the story of E3 for good or for ill. I mean, people are kind of confused. They don't really know. But, it's kind of like Nintendo DS in 2004. It was very strange. It was weird. People didn't know how it was supposed to be used. And everybody really thought, like, oh, the PSP is totally going to steamroll the DS. And that's not what happened.
Certainly didn't happen, yeah.
Doesn't mean that the same thing is going to happen for the Wii U. I think that Nintendo still has to kind of communicate to people, like, why do I actually want to buy this thing? But, I saw Netflix running on Wii U, and it makes a lot of sense. Like, you just scroll through the movie pictures on the pad, hit the thing, and it goes onto your TV. Somebody else needs to use the TV. You press a button, your movie's being displayed on the Wii U pad.
Okay, I mean, I could see that, but it's supposed to be about the games, and has the Wii U sold you, Janina, as a gaming console?
No, but I don't really care about the. I'm like anti-console. It's all about the game to me. I don't care about anything else.
You don't care what you're playing it on.
Speaking
or
of
how,
Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation,
Right.
only female assassin that
True.
you can play as the protagonist. Yes, it's coming out on the Vita.
I was going to say, and only on the Vita, so it's a good thing you don't care about what you're playing it on.
Exactly.
Do you own a Vita?
No, but I will.
So really, this is going to be a system seller for you?
I think someone needs to send me one. Oh,
okay.
No, I'm kidding.
It's really great. I ain't going to buy it. But if it shows up at my doorstep.
But the truth is, it's like this chick looks awesome, and I got to talk to Corey May, who's the writer of Assassin's Creed, and that was amazing.
Okay, so you fangirled out, and now you're going to play it.
I fangirled all over this dude, and he didn't really believe that I was like, so you wrote it? What do you mean? So you wrote Assassin's Creed? Like, he didn't believe that I was really as excited as I was. But
Right,
yeah,
well,
I'm totally into it.
Chris, you fangirled over Beyond, is that correct?
I fangirl over Corey Mayer also, and I tell him all the time, I want Assassin's Creed 3, to really get back to what I thought made Assassin's Creed 2 great. Hopefully, what I saw at the show, I feel like it's maybe going to get there. Beyond, though. Beyond. So we saw that at the top of the hour, right? David Cage, it's the guys who made Heavy Rain.
Yeah, beautiful cinematic experience.
Oh, incredible! And I mean, Beyond, I can tell you, it's really something special. It has got great new gameplay. Marrying the sort of like quick time event action of Heavy Rain with playing as this ghost, as this spirit, and kind of like floating around the world and making things happen. And of course, I mean, the real star of the show, I think the winner of E3, I'm going to call it the winner of E3,
was
Ellen Page. Ellen Page
yeah.
won E3. Ellen Page is the star of Beyond. She participated in this very, very in-depth, like, motion and movement and facial capturing session. She was, you know, in the studio doing all this stuff, very extensive, and it is quite a digital performance.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it. And I even asked them, I was like, I hope you didn't make mini games out of opening car doors and turning on lights. And they said, no, this time it's more about getting in there, the action, the story.
Okay.
It's going to evolve.
David Cage can make brushing your teeth in a video game. It's a fascinating thing.
Motion control, just shake it. Janina, very quick, True Blood returns this Sunday. We have a little spoiler, a little something. Give us a piece.
You're going to see where the vampires come from, and
it's
just as bloody and sexy and dirty and all those things as ever.
You had us at hello. Chris, Janina, thank you both so much for coming down. We really appreciate it. But now, Candace Bailey.
Thank you, Coming up in the next hour, we have got explosions and taxpayer money going up in flames. We'll go hands-on with a new vehicle-based DLC for Battlefield 3, plus a new take on a classic strategy game. Don't miss our demo of XCOM Enemy Unknown. All that, plus our best of E3, so stay with us.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by Kit Kat Bars. Break time, anytime.
Hello, and welcome back to G4's coverage of E3 12 Live. Coming up in the next hour, we will go hands-on with XCOM Enemy Unknown. Plus, get your first look at Outernauts, a new Facebook game from the people behind Ratchet & Clank and Resistance. Then a game with visuals that will melt your eyeballs. We'll demo Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, the first game from the animation gods behind hits like Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. But first, let's send it back to the LA Convention Center.
One thing that sets Battlefield 3 apart from the crowded shooter market is its use of vehicles in multiplayer.
Yeah, if you've ever seen YouTube videos of jets suicide bombing tanks, then you know what game we're talking about.
I love when they fly so low that they clip a sniper in the face.
Yeah.
That's always my favorite.
Not intended, but it looks awesome.
Looks great.
So well done on you, sir.
The upcoming DLC pack, Armored Kill, puts even more weapons of mass destruction right into your greedy little palms.
That's right. So joining us is executive producer Patrick Bach. Thank you for coming into the show, my friend. Really appreciate it.
Especially after late night E3 parties.
Yeah.
Always good to see somebody in the flesh, still breathing.
It makes us feel good when you guys show up and look like we feel too, and that makes us feel really good.
Oh, thanks.
You've been burning it out inside just as well as we have. Let's talk about Armored Kill. Now, it's one of the 5 announced expansion packs.
Yes.
Number 3.
Yeah, this is the third one, yeah.
You guys did it. Your second one was released actually this week, so after you watch this, go home and immediately play that. But this is Armored Kill. So what sets it apart from the other DLC that you've already rolled out, and then what you also have coming?
Yeah, so Armored Kill, the cool thing with that is that we go back to our roots with really, really big maps. We have plenty of vehicles. There's the classic Battlefield formula. When we released Close Quarters this week, that's more focused on a small infantry, high-paced action. And this is going back into the biggest maps that we ever built for any Battlefield game, actually.
So literally the biggest map ever will be featured in this as well.
Yeah. So there will be 4 really, really big maps, plenty of vehicles, classic Battlefield action.
Can we comment on how many vehicles are going to be involved? Because when you say the biggest map of all time, I immediately think that is a lot of ground to cover. How will I be able to do that? And how many people can I kill along the way?
Well, we are introducing 6 new vehicles in this pack, apart from the ones we already have. So we're adding back the ATV. We have 2 mobile artillery vehicles, 2 light tanks that are slightly faster than the heavy tanks, and then we're adding an AC-130. So you can actually, from the ground, look over the battlefield and, wreak some havoc.
Just rain hell upon everybody who's running around.
Hopefully.
Now, I mean, Battlefield's known for having so many vast and diverse game modes. Will this expansion support all of them, or will there only be specific modes because of the new vehicles and stuff?
There will be, not all modes will be available on this expansion pack, but we're also introducing a new mode, which I won't tell you anything about because it's still a secret.
But you said you'd introduce it right now.
Yeah,
That's not introducing it, you're just hinting.
We have 1 new game mode.
So PC.
Is it a race rally mode? Is that what we're doing? Are we taking APCs from checkpoint to checkpoint?
I'm not talking about it.
Can you talk about the maps that we are getting and how the gameplay is going to play within that?
Yeah, so all the maps in this pack is taking place around the Caspian Sea.
Okay.
So that's hinting back to the original game where we have a map called Caspian Border. And then again, versatility, different layouts, and of course, big maps is the key word here.
Yeah. Now, for the Battlefield Premium service, if we sign up for this, will this expansion, is this part of that?
Of course. If you sign up for the premium service, you'll get all the 4 upcoming expansion packs, and then if you don't already own the Back to the Carcan pack, you will get that included as well.
Now let's talk about how you actually plan these things. I mean, you announced a long time ago you're going to have 5 chunks of DLC. That was already planned with the release of the game.
Yeah.
However, like, do chunks 3 and 4 and 5, are they kind of dictated? Do you change things up based on how people respond to 1 and 2? Or are these the things that you plan initially?
Yes and no. The focus we have for all expansion pack is to give the players a new experience. Okay. So we have kind of tailored what is the experience you want to give on a high level. And then of course, looking at feedback, talking to the consumer, we adapt and change and maybe, sharpen a few things to get even further when it comes to that experience. But more or less, we know what we want to build and we know that people will love it.
Regardless, he's like, we're so good that anything we put out, people are going to love. Our game's so great.
Maybe you forgot the thing. I said there's going to be a lot of vehicles and giant maps. You're already buying this. I don't have to say anything else. What about weapons and unlocks? Will we get any new toys that we can spend our XP on?
In general, in this in this expansion pack, you won't get any new weapons per se because we're giving you so many new vehicles.
But you get the vehicles themselves. Right?
In the expansion pack, Close Quarters, you got 10 new weapons, so you have plenty of weapons to play with. But the focus here is vehicles. So you are getting more persistence, of course, on top of that. So in general, you will have a lot of time to spend, ranking up and using all these new vehicles.
And screaming and running for cover because everybody can fly a jet but me in Battlefield. I still haven't mastered it.
You get the mobile artillery vehicles, so it will be easy for you to take
them down. Yeah, there we go. Turn the tides.
It'll be easy for you to kill people like you.
Yes, good. That's
all terrifying in a lot of ways. Well, when can we expect to see this download hit our screens?
In September. We haven't announced the exact date yet, but in September.
And just to confirm one more time, that extra game mode is what again? It's rally racing, or is
yeah.
I thought I would try. I thought I would at least try. I'm sorry.
She is going to hit us as soon as we go to break. We're getting socked in the face.
That's okay. I'm still absolutely getting this DLC. Thank you so much for coming on and showing it off.
Thank you very
much. Big round of applause for Patrick, everybody. What's your name?
I'm here with NBA All-Star Jaren Williams, and his new game, NBA Baller Beats for the Kinect, might just be responsible for some future phenoms and maybe even some broken furniture. What got you involved with this game?
I just love the premise behind the game. I just felt that there was no game like that out there on the market. I'm a basketball player, of course. This is a corporate-based basketball, but it's not just playing with a controller. You got to get up on your feet. You got to be active, and it's really teaching good fundamentals of the game.
How close do you think it is to like a real baller experience?
I think it's as close as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
Like I said, these moves are moves I do every day. In workouts, on the court, it challenges you. There's different levels that you can play at, all the way from novice all the way up to baller, which is the hardest, and really challenges you. And I can't play on there. So
you can't play as a baller on there?
I'm not a baller on this game yet.
Thank you so much for talking with me. I am excited to sort of dribble along and play this game.
You gonna try it?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna be horrible, but I'm gonna try.
Take the heels off. The heels might not work.
Heck no, are you crazy? You see that? 5 minutes with NBA Baller Beats, and I've already got game. I mean, I still have no idea how to play basketball, but I've got game.
Thanks, Sarah. We have even more gaming goodness on our website, so go to G4TV.com for our E312 coverage, presented by the all-new Ford Focus ST. Now, after the break, we will go hands-on with XCOM Enemy Unknown. In this remake of the classic strategy game, you will need your wits and heavy firepower to survive. Plus, more from E3 right after this.
Hey, Matt Myra. I enjoy Forza so much, I decided to try it in real life. And it turns out that sitting here, if the roof was up, I would probably have my head taken off. So you know what? Let's just take it easy this time. A little less speed, but as much noise as you can make. Very good. See? And we're going slow, officer. We're good.
2K Games has 2 titles in development based on the classic strategy series XCOM. One is a first-person shooter that we will see sometime next year.
The other, XCOM Enemy Unknown, is a remake of the brutally challenging PC classic. I shattered many a keyboards to it, which means you're going to use your brains, not just your trigger finger.
Here to walk us through the game is lead producer Garth DeAngelis.
Welcome to the show, Garth.
Thank you. Okay, so besides winning, what is the specific objective in this game?
The objective of the, well, you're commanding an alien invasion, and you're countering against an alien invasion. And for those that don't know XCOM, it is a huge game. It is a behemoth of a game. You have 2 primary gameplay modes. What we're looking at right now is the strategy layer. This is the mind of XCOM, where you're commanding your own base, building your own base. You can do research, build items, weapons. You just saw an alien containment facility. And as we're panning along this bottom portion right here, you can actually excavate deeper and build your own base. So you have this epic, sprawling base at the end with all these different gameplay benefits that the rooms have, like adjacency bonuses. This room right here is the satellite uplink, and we're going to be showing for the first time actually exclusive footage of interception, which the classic XCOM fans will know as near and dear to their heart.
Very much so.
In the science labs, we're showing a quick glimpse of an interrogation. So the scientists are looking to get their hands dirty on alien corpses, but you can also bring them live and make them interrogate them. Extreme circumstances call for extreme measures, and this will lead to some really cool gameplay benefits as you're...
Do you need an extreme circumstance, or can you just poke them with a stick and ask them questions about their home planet?
We tried that, but that one didn't work. So we really had to go for what the engineers cooked up.
So now you're building a base now. Do you build a base in the beginning, or are you building the base continuously throughout the entire game?
You're building a base throughout the entire game. You have the static facilities on top, and then the player's choosing how they want to use their resources. And they're expanding it throughout the game. And you know, you can build items, weapons, you can allocate time to researching, you can build interceptor jets, which we're going to show here for the first time ever. This is actually an interception mission. And this is the first time the players can be proactive. They're not just reacting to alien missions and terror missions and abductions. They're actually taking the fight to the sky. And we've shot down a UFO, and now we've deployed our troops. We talked about HQ, that's the mind of XCOM.
Right, so this is the second half.
Yes, this is the second half. There are really 2 huge games in one in XCOM, and there's an interesting synergy between them. So these are the floaters right here. And when you're on combat, you have to deal with all different types of aliens. These guys are pissed off, they're mean, they're angry because of how they look. And they
I would be upset if I was just a floating torso.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be hideous.
So I'm glad they invented jetpacks. So
Yes, that's very
before
kind
that,
of them.
they weren't very...
They weren't all that intimidating. They would just sort of roll after you with a plasma cannon.
So they move in packs, and you really have to take care of them. These guys can fly, they will turn the tables on you. They have a launch ability where all of a sudden they can be behind you, and they have your entire squad flanked. And you really, as you said, you really have to think. But at the same time, we wanted to give this sense of dynamics in battles. We wanted it to feel action-oriented, like you're almost directing an action movie. You saw the camera cut down sometimes, and that's what we were trying to get across.
Yeah, now, for those who are unfamiliar with this portion of XCOM, is it macro, is it micro, is it both? How are we managing our units?
Well, you have the macro portion, which is that strategy layer.
Sure.
And this is more intimate. This is where you're controlling individual troops on the ground, which, by the way, I'd recommend all gamers to name them after friends and family. It's much more fun to save the world after friends and family. Just don't let them die. They can die. There's permanent death in XCOM. And right here, we're showing group tactics right here. We've placed tracer beams with our heavy soldier on this floater, and we took him out with a headshot from our sniper. Group tactics are very, very important. You want to combo abilities together, and that's the whole thinking part of it.
How would you differentiate this game from your typical RTS?
Well, this is, you know, there's a lot of, this game doesn't want to sit still in one genre. It really is like has its hands involved in many genres. There's turn-based gameplay, there's action combat here. We actually have a role-playing game system, the way that you level up and promote soldiers. You can give them active and passive abilities. So we have a little bit of everything. There really, if you ask an XCOM fan, there really is no other game out there like XCOM, but this is why we're so excited to modernize it and bring it.
And now what is some of the weaponry that we're seeing on our screen? We mentioned the tracer fire earlier.
Yeah,
Looks
so
like
this
some
is
sort of
actually,
smoke grenade cover.
yes, exactly. With the smoke grenade, the player can actually choose, okay, there's no cover here, I'm gonna place cover wherever I want it on the map. And then you can move your assault soldier into that volume because you want to get him up close and personal with the aliens. He deals damage when he's close to the aliens. So you move that assault soldier into the smoke volume, he has cover, protected, boom.
I love the dynamic camera because all too many times in any RTS, really, you're so zoomed out, you're so disconnected from the action. I love how intimate we get.
Yeah,
this camera system.
No,
And then we have like a red section as well. No, are we?
yes, that's actually the smoke volume.
Okay.
So that's the volume. As you see, we have our soldier in there, and we have a cover-based system. If he's in that volume, he has cover, even though he's not really in cover.
Sure.
You can see the reaction fire here. The battle is very much alive. When you move a soldier, they can take damage and die eventually. And in this case, we want to heal this guy up so he doesn't die. I named him after my third grade teacher. I like my third grade teacher.
That's kind of like, if I named him after teachers, I would just send them all right in there with no cover.
No,
whatsoever.
go ahead. You can do it, buddy. We got you. Okay, so when will XCOM Enemy Unknown be available?
It is coming out October 9th. It'll be available for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC.
Love it. Garth, I'm a
Thank you
fan
very
of the
much.
original. Thanks for coming by and showing
Thank
off.
you guys for having me.
Appreciate it.
After the break, we will get some FaceTime with one of the most famous gamers around. Rapper, actor, author, and director Ice-T. Plus, Insomniac's Ted Price will unveil Outerknots, a Facebook game that is nothing like Farmville. We'll be right back.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by GameFly, the best way to rent and buy games.
Oh, excuse me. Have you seen Bruce Straley or Neil Druckmann, the Naughty Dog creators of The Last of Us? All right, well, then I'm going to leave X-Play's Best of E3 award for our favorite PlayStation 3 game, The Last of Us, with you, okay? Now, it's for The Last of Us, not your game, The Last of Us, okay? I hope there's someone in there.
All right, Ice-T is the modern Renaissance man. He's got 2 hit TV shows, a best-selling book, and his directorial debut is in theaters now. And somehow, in the middle of all that, he finds time to talk trash and play video games. You have to love him. Let's get some FaceTime. Please welcome the expertly color-coordinated Ice-T, everybody. See you, man.
What's up, man?
Always a pleasure to have you here.
This is a hot week for G4, man.
This is huge
E3.
for us, man. Yeah, this is big for us.
Crazy.
And big for you, too, though. I mean, you're on the promo tour nonstop.
Yeah, man, I've been doing interviews from 6 in the morning to 6 at night, then parties and dinners, trying to get this word out about my film. This is my directorial debut, The Art of Rap. We had the premiere 2 nights ago in LA. It was crazy. So, you know, the film has a life of its own. I'm just excited about it.
Right. Well, we'll get to that in just one second. I got to ask, because you are such a huge gamer.
Oh, yeah.
E3 is this week. Did anything pop up on your radar?
What, as far as the new game?
Yeah, new games, new systems, the Wii U.
Only thing popped up on my radar is the new Gears of War is coming, and I want to know if Griffin. I'm calling Cliffy up, and I want to know what Griffin's gonna be doing, because remember I did flip Phoenix, told him to kiss my ass, right? And you know,
the only one in the world to do that, I believe.
Yeah, and I'm still alive, and I mean, I'm ready to go head up with the cogs. I have no problem with it.
So now, here's my concern. You mentioned you're calling Cliffy. Is Cliffy dodging your call?
Cliffy's at E3 handling his business.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? He might not be dodging my call. He might be dodging the money I'm about to ask him for.
Yeah, he won't get his 3rd Lamborghini if they bring you onto the project.
No, but you know, that was a great ride being on that Gears game. It was fun. That, you know, that's a first-class game.
Sure.
And you know, I was proud to be a part of that, you know, franchise.
No, we love having you in it, and I know Cliff will get back to you.
Yeah,
soon after
definitely,
E3.
yeah.
It would be a mistake to not return your call, to say the least. But now let's get to the documentary. So this is about is it the history, the presence of rap? Is it about the future of rap? What is it about?
It's kind of like me just looking at rap. It's getting kind of pop. It's starting to dilute itself. And I wanted to do a movie about the craft, not the money, the cars, the girls, the jewelry, just where it came from the movie's called Something from Nothing. I started rapping before anybody had ever bought a car rapping. So it came from another place. Now, rap is moving. People are looking at, I'm going to jump on it and try to get paid.
Sure.
But they're losing the true meaning of it, and they don't really respect it the way I think it should be respected. So I wanted to do a documentary, get my peers in it, and let people see, well, this is where it really comes from. I don't know where it's going, but this is where it comes from, and this is what it means to us.
So what's the core? What is that seed? Where does rap actually come from for you?
Well, I mean, it's basically an MC is the guy that tells everybody how great the DJ is.
Right.
But then once the MC took the mic, we told stories, we rocked parties, we changed the world. Now it's being kind of condensed into a pop formula, which is for radio. So I mean, really all music has done that. I miss Rage Against the Machine. I miss, you know, groups that spoke about something. Now all music is diluted into this delusional formula.
We got
of
30 seconds of auto-tune verse, and let's get right to the hook.
Everything's great. Everything's great. Life is perfect. I'm losing my house, but life is perfect.
Exactly.
And I don't have a Bentley, but I think I do. You know, that
we rented one for the music video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Who's doing it right then today? Is anybody doing it right?
Oh, no, there's a lot of kids. You know, a couple of years ago, I felt the bar was going, dropping too low, so I said something. But since then, you know, you got Lupe Fiasco, you got Corey Guns, you got people like Kendrick Lamar out of L.A. We call them spitters. People that take time, write the rhymes, and come with something intricate and interesting.
Groups like the Insane Clown Posse.
Well, they're OGs. No, I'm not going to diss Insane Clown Posse. They're OGs. They're one of the first and true independent groups.
No, they really are, and they're still around to this day. They have longevity.
They got a fan base, and they're selling to them, and so I respect that.
All right, I like that. I want to see a clip right now, and I want to actually, we'll show everybody the clip. Why not?
Why the hell not?
Take a look.
Can you, off the head, break out one of your favorite rhymes from any rapper, from any generation, from any time that you walk with that's just stuck in your head?
I mean, for me, man, the three best MCs of all time is Melly Mel, Kool Moe Dee, and Grandmaster Caz.
Right.
Hands down.
You got any
as
rhymes
far as
off the
foundation. I know all eight rhymes, so don't ask me that.
Say one. Just say one. Say one.
Kool Moe Dee said, I rhyme 100 miles an hour with lightning speed and power. Sweetest of the sweet, make an MC sour. Timber as a tower, because I'll devour any MC and I can prove it now or a little bit later. I mean, come on, I can keep going with
That's
this.
right. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. This is
Dougie Fresh. That's Dougie Fresh.
Amazing. And I love that. So you direct it, but you're also in it. This is your search for the story of rap as well as your baby, your project.
No, basically, I just called up on my friends. You know, everybody I've been fortunate enough to work with in my career. I said, look, man, I want to do this movie. They said, come through. I talked to Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kanye West, Snoop Dogg, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, and we just talked about the art form, you know, not all the extra bull they want to talk to us about, the realness.
Did Kanye interrupt you a lot?
Kanye went crazy. Did he really? Kanye went crazy. Kanye
Is he doing it right? Because I am a huge Kanye fan.
Kanye kicked a freestyle that will shock everybody because he like went into a zone, and next thing you know, Kanye can rap. Kanye can rap, so you know he's part of the art form, and we respect that.
I love it, man. I cannot wait to see it. Thanks for coming by to chat about it. And then one of these days, come and host Attack of the Show.
I love to host Attack of the Show.
You're done. You're done. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Something from Nothing, The Art of Rap opens in theaters on June 15th. Ice-T, everybody.
Seriously, come and host with me sometime. We'll have fun together. I love your bracelet, by the way. It's very sparkly. You only get to be immersed in the world of a dramatic TV show for the hour or so it's on once a week. But with the upcoming sci-fi series Defiance, you'll be able to dive into the show's universe 24/7 with the MMO of the same name. For the latest on the game and the series, we caught up with star Grant Bowler.
With Defiance, the Sci-Fi Channel and Tryon Worlds have created a first-of-its-kind cross-media baby with a huge bite. What's it like being part of something that's so incredibly groundbreaking?
We're kind of inventing a genre. You know, it's the first time that there's been a real, true fusion of gaming and traditional media in the sense of TV.
So what's it like for you as an actor?
I think it's incredibly exciting. I mean, you know, the players that are getting onto the game and affecting the universe of the game, they're going to affect our environment, our climate, our challenges that we face inside the series. And so our writers are the ball ones. They're the ones who've got to stay up all night trying to figure out how to, you know, synthesize and integrate it. I guess we're the pointy end of the stick. You know, we'll be watched. And
the litmus test.
Yeah, always comforting.
Guys, don't forget, both the game and the TV show are getting launched on April in 2013. The battle for ratings is getting bloody.
Thanks, Jess. This Sunday, when you are recovering from E3, be sure to tune in to an all-new episode of American Ninja Warrior. Find out who will emerge from the semifinals and move one step closer to winning $500,000. Yeah, I said $500,000, y'all. American Ninja Warrior is all new Sunday night at 9 on G4. Go to facebook.com/Ninja Warrior for exclusive clips, interviews, and more. Coming up, the creators of Ratchet & Clank want to revolutionize Facebook gaming with Outernauts. Now we'll go hands-on. Plus, an RPG that looks like a big-budget animated movie you can control. We'll demo Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, the first game from the animators behind Princess Mononoke. Stay with us.
be a good way to kill some time, they cannot compete with the writing, design, or production value of full-fledged console titles.
Yeah, Insomniac Games, developers, of course, of Resistance and Morgan's favorite Ratchet and Clank, they want to change all that with their new game, Outernauts.
Joining us now is the president and CEO of Insomniac Games, Ted Price. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay. We love having Ted on the show.
We do. So what is Outernauts?
Outernauts is a brand new adventure RPG from Insomniac, and it's our first foray into social games.
Now, it's interesting that you guys moved in that direction because you're so successful at what you already do. Obviously, you guys just announced a new Ratchet & Clank game as well, which we're all really looking forward to. What was the decision to go into Facebook? Were you guys sitting around, were you killing a lot of time on Facebook, and you're like, you know, I'd like to make this work-related because I feel kind of bad right now. I'm not working on other stuff.
Well, really, it was our desire to reach a brand new audience. And the gaming audience in general is exploding, and one of the places it is exploding is in social games. So we wanted to bring our special style of games to that brand new audience.
Okay, so will you walk us through what we're doing right now? We look like we're doing a little bit of exploration.
So right now we're in one of the many, many worlds that you'll find in Outernauts, and Tim is playing through, and he's in the middle of a quest where he is going to be rescuing some NPCs on this world. Now he's actually engaging in one of our combats. It's a 1v1 combat, and this is a good example of the depth that you'll experience in the game. There are dozens and dozens of beasts to find, train, and battle in the game, and there are hundreds of abilities that you can learn as you grow and evolve these beasts. It's a really deep combat system.
So the first thing that we have to do is capture creatures and then train them. So how do we go about doing that?
Well, there are dozens of worlds to explore in this universe, and there's a storyline that we introduced that has you moving through this universe, discovering new places, and as you discover new places, you get to discover new beasts and capture them, and then add them to your corral. And you use them as you're taking on these bad guys that you'll find throughout the worlds.
Now,
Collecting mechanic, huh? That's not going to be addictive at all.
We like that. Yeah.
Now, are there social elements where your friends, your Facebook friends can help you?
Absolutely. Yeah. There. Not only can you go visit their home worlds where you can see them building up their own galactic hub, you can actually participate in co-op, special co-op challenges, co-op dungeons, and take them on mano in PvP.
I mean, I think that's one of the best things about social media games is that it does bring people together. However, I feel like a lot of those games are intrusive. Like a lot of times I tell my friends, look, man, I really don't have time to farm your Vil today. But so how are you guys approaching that and making this accessible to your friends and making people want to engage their friends without it seeming really annoying?
Well, my favorite aspects really are the co-op and the PvP aspects, where you can go to places that you just can't survive on your own by bringing your friends in and having them help you through these co-op dungeons. But I think what tops that for me as a hardcore console player is the PvP aspect, where I can actually take on my buddies who have built their own corral of beasts and wipe them out with a beast that I've been leveling up. It's a lot of fun, and it really inspires friendly competition.
So now, you have your own homeworld. What kind of, buildings and that kind of thing and resources are you going to have on your homeworld?
All sorts. One of the important aspects of the game is the idea that you are rocketing from planet to planet, and you have to build and upgrade your ship. You have to produce fuel so you can go farther, and we also have a deep crafting system that you can use to enhance your beast's abilities in battles, and that's really important. You actually are collecting tons of loot out in the environment, bringing it back, and crafting special items that are useful.
Now, we've seen a lot of really cool stuff here today. I know that you really get into your games there. We're very fortunate to know a lot of people that work on your games, and you're all so excited about what you guys do. What do you think the one thing around the office right now people are most excited about in this particular game?
Well, I think a lot of us are hardcore console gamers, and this is a game that appeals to us as hardcore players because it has a lot of the strategic elements that we're used to from console games. Plus, it brings a storyline that drives you through the game. It has Insomniac's trademark humor scattered throughout, and it also has what I think is a unique visual stylization that Insomniac has become known for.
Now, how long have you been working on this game? Was this something that was easy to do, or since this was your first Facebook game, was it a kind of a large barrier to entry?
It was an exciting process. We learned a lot along the way.
A very hesitant answer right there.
I like that.
Yeah,
It's an exciting process.
Well, every new IP that we generate is a journey, because as we build the characters and the story and the core gameplay, we are learning. But the great thing about working in social games is that the iteration time is super, super fast.
Right.
And we're getting feedback all the time from our internal players and constantly improving the game. And that's exciting for us.
All right, so when does the game come out? When
Comes out in a couple weeks.
A couple weeks.
Yep.
All right, and how can people find out about that?
Well, stay tuned to InsomniacGames.com.
Okay. All right.
We're going to play this a lot at work, so we apologize to all our superiors in advance. It's all Ted's fault.
Yes.
That's why we're not doing work in the next couple weeks. Ted Price, everybody.
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you. In just a few minutes, we go hands-on with Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, the first game from the creators of the animated classics Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke. All that plus more E3 awards when we come back, which will be rather soonish, I think.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by the all-new Ford Focus ST.
One-way medium. I can't understand when you yell at the TV screen, but I can hear you loud and clear when you say it through the Twitter. Okay, Angel Cam 7. This is without question the best E3 I've seen yet, and you guys made that happen. Aw, thank you. We love you. Juan Carlos GS. Watching E3 on G4 instead of working on a project or studying for a test, gamer for life. Now you do your homework, and then you can play with those games, and you can have your dessert too. On another note, Twitter user Seth Newberry just won a PlayStation Vita! Congrats! Now go ahead and rub it in your friends' faces. But what about you? Yeah, I'm talking to you. You want to win something too? Okay, well you just have to tweet g4tv.com/E3sweeps and use the hashtag E3 on G4. That'll make you eligible to win an Xbox 360, and we will announce the winner before the show is over for cereal. Yes! Now let's take a hands-on look at Ni no Kuni.
Produced by Studio Ghibli are in a league of their own. Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, and Princess Mononoke are just a few of the masterpieces on their resume. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch is the company's first foray into video games, and it looks just as good as one of their films. Joining me now is producer Dennis Lee. Now, what is the story in Ni no Kuni?
So, Ni no Kuni follows the story of a young boy named Oliver, and he travels to this magical, beautiful parallel world in order to try and save his mother.
How does he end up in this magical parallel world?
So, there's a little teardrop fairy that comes to his world to try and bring him over to this other world to help save it. So, Drippy, who's this little teardrop fairy, he basically kind of teaches him the beginning basics of how to be a magician. So he teaches him the spell that lets him cross over to that parallel world in order to try and save his mom.
Now, the style of this game, I have to say, is very classic anime. How do you create that style?
So the visual style, of course, it's cel shaded. But what they really wanted to do when they developed the game at level 5 was to create something that felt like you were playing an animated work. So with the look, the feel, the animations, everything they did really kind of helped show off the game to make it feel like you're playing an animated piece.
Now, what actually came first? Was it the look and the idea of the game, or was it the gameplay?
So level 5, they wanted to create something that really played to their strengths, and they had created a lot of role-playing games in the past that were really popular, really successful. So they wanted to kind of create a new project that fell into that same wheelhouse. And then the look and style, of course, came from just as they went through and decided this is what we want to do, and then that kind of came next.
Now, so let's talk about the combat here we're going to see. Now, these are random encounters, or they are not random encounters?
So almost all of the encounters, you'll actually be able to see the enemies on the overworld map. So you can decide if you want to try and evade them, run away. If the enemies are actually weaker than you and they sense that your party is stronger, they'll run away from you, so you might have to chase them down. But once you get into battle, then everything runs in real time. So you have full control over your characters and the familiars that you have to really go in and just do some damage.
And what kind of powers do you have?
So Oliver can run up and hit the enemies himself, but of course he's a magician, so he's got a lot of different spells at his disposal. And he can send out these little guys, these familiars, which are these little creatures that he can use to fight the enemies for him. So, and then they have a whole host of different spells, abilities that they can do.
Okay, so it's not turn-based at all, though. So it's actually running in real time, and so it's going to take some, skill to actually be able to beat these battles, to win these battles.
So there is a level of skill that is in the battles, but the nice thing about this game is while it does run in real time, there is a strategic side to it as well. So the players can go into the menu and kind of decide who they want to bring into battle, which spells they want to use. So when they're doing that, it actually pauses the action for a second. So you can either run seamlessly and just run through and choose what you want to do immediately without pausing it, or if you need a little bit of time to think, you can actually go into one of those menus and it pauses everything, gives you that time.
Okay, so now the cutscenes were actually animated by Studio Ghibli. What was that like?
So Studio Ghibli, working with them to create all those animated cutscenes it's just amazing. So the level of expertise that they have in storyboarding and choosing the camera angles really helped all of the development team really kind of make what they're doing really feel like it is animated, and the look of the game from the cutscenes and the animation to the real game, it really translates over to make Ni no Kuni feel like you're playing a Studio Ghibli work.
Now, who would you recommend this game for?
Ni no Kuni really kind of is accessible by almost everyone. So the look and feel of the game, of course, there's a lot of really, cute characters, everything. It can appeal to a younger audience. And in the gameplay, there's a lot of things that are set in there to make it a little easier for either casual gamers, newcomers to play, or younger kids. but also there is that kind of strategic element of the role-playing genre. And you can turn all that stuff off, and it really is a challenge for the seasoned players as well.
And then, so you can actually include both English and Japanese voice tracks?
Yes, you can. So there was a lot of requests for that. So there's a great English vocal track in there, but at the same time, for the purists who want it Japanese with Japanese audio, that's going to be available for them as well.
I'm a purist. I can't help it. All right, when does the game come out?
So Ni no Kuni comes out January 22nd, 2013.
All right, thank you so much for coming by. We really appreciate
Thank
having you. And I'm kind of looking forward to playing an actual Studio Ghibli game. Thank you so much for coming by.
All right, E3 is indeed winding down. We're about to close the books on the old 2012. We've heard plenty of announcements. We've seen a ton of demos. But in the end, will this be remembered as the year of the consoles or the year of the console cable box? It's time for a Kit Kat news break. Please welcome tech reporter for KTLA, Rich DeMuro. Thank you. And our friend from Robot Chicken and the X's, Donald Faison. All right, let's hop into this, guys, because every E3, it's supposed to be about the games, the big exclusives, what are we going to play? And this year, it seemed like every company was quick to trot out any feature but the fact that their consoles actually played games. Am I crazy, or is that the case?
That's what I saw. I mean, it's all about getting that spot beneath your TV. Yes, it's going to play games, but it's also going to stream Netflix. It's going to do HBO Go. It's going to search voice on Bing. It's going to do everything you need to do, and especially with Xbox adding the NHL and the NBA now sports nuts have a reason to, ditch the cable box.
And why not just get an Apple TV or something like that? Isn't that the same thing? Isn't that better than an Xbox?
Does Apple TV, do they stream like the live sports? Like, because I know the big thing was...
They do MLB TV, I think.
Okay.
And
but you could watch.
No, but even like a real sport, something that someone wants to watch.
No.
You could watch. You could watch
really?
basketball on that. Don't. Yeah, right. But it just doesn't seem like that's the way everything is going nowadays. Everything is going in the direction of Siri. Siri, make my breakfast. Siri, what's the meaning of life? Siri, turn on the lights. Siri, yeah. I think that's what the new popular thing's gonna be.
Well, I think in terms of taking all these services and putting them into one box like an Apple TV, I think Microsoft was, to Rich's point, I think they were really putting that out there. Look, you might have this 360, but if you do, great, here's all this functionality. If you don't, now you can do all this stuff. So maybe they're trying to say, don't look at the Apple TV, look over here. And part of that was Smart Glass. This is something that they're kind of out-appling Apple on this one. You can use your iPad, your iPhone, even an Android tablet to connect with your Xbox and queue up media, get a richer experience.
And then in a few months, you'll be able to just do that on your iPad.
Well, true. Yeah, no, exactly. And probably better and easier,
They've
too.
got this smart glass that everyone's talking about and everyone's saying, oh, this is going to be great. I don't think we've seen exactly what it can do yet. I'm not sure the benefit of having this is there yet. Now, people are comparing it to AirPlay. AirPlay can do a lot of cool things today. It can fling video from my iPad to my Apple TV and I can watch it. Can't do that yet with a smart glass. They showed a little thing where the movie paused on your tablet and then you started resuming it on your TV. They didn't say that it was flinging it from the tablet. So I think it remains to be seen exactly what this can do.
You're saying that that Apple TV is better than...
Right now, I think the smart glass is a good step in the right direction.
For those who don't know, Donald was an engineer on the Apple TV project for 3.5 years.
Actually, he's an engineer on the new Apple TV project. Yeah. Tell us more details about this thing. What is this going to do? It's a big game player, apparently.
Siri's going to, play you in live. And I don't know.
Donald, do you have a man crush on Siri? Is that what
I do have a man crush. What's crazy is Siri sounds so great. Can you change her voice?
I don't know, not yet.
If you speak a different language.
Oh, that's
like
true.
The German Siri.
Well, no, because I was in Europe and like Siri's a dude in Europe, man.
Oh yeah.
It's like Stanley.
A lot of European women have deeper voices. I think that's what it is.
Is that what it is?
No, it's not at all. I just want to try to get the show as much hate mail as I can before I leave this place. Real quick, Don, the X's are coming back?
Yeah, second season. Second season.
When and where? When and where?
TV Land, 10:30. Following Cedric Show, Soul Man.
was that the pitch voice?
Well, yeah, when you pitch, you want to make everybody listen to what you're saying.
Well,
so sometimes if you throw I think Chris Rock does this a lot. So
he does that. Hey, Donald and Rich, thank you guys so much.
No, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. More Candace Bailey.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in the next hour, the designer of Portal is back with a new game. We'll go hands-on with Quantum Conundrum. More E3
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by Kit Kat Bars. Break time, anytime.
Welcome back to G4's coverage of E3 12 Live. We have got more demos coming up in the next hour, including Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes. Really, this is a stealth Justice League game. Plus, Metro Last Light. This first-person shooter is claustrophobic, gross, and terrifying, which means fun! And later, the amazing Spider-Man. This isn't an adaptation of the upcoming movie. It's a sequel, and it picks up right where the new film ends. It is game time.
If you're a fan of first-person puzzle games like Portal, you know that there aren't many other titles like that on the market, except maybe for Portal 2. But the upcoming downloadable game Quantum Conundrum is a new entry into the genre. Coincidentally, it's actually the designer of Portal as well. So we've got that very person on our stage right now. Airtight Games creative lead Kim Swift is here, everybody. I kind of spoiled it in the intro. I wanted to get mad at you and say, how dare you rip off Portal? How dare you?
I know, man.
Do you get a lot of that?
I actually have gotten that in interviews before. People were like, you know, this game, it's kind of like Portal. Like, you know,
Has
is
anybody
that
told
your
you that?
inspiration? I'm like, well, sure, I guess.
So going from like, forget Portal for a second, even though it's hard because everybody knows it and they love it and it's super successful. Quantum Conundrum, it's not a Portal-based puzzler. This is a completely different puzzler.
Yeah, completely different. Rather than, you know, putting these holes in the world that you can go in and out of, it's all about manipulating your environment on the fly. So let's say I was in this room right now and I needed to move something heavy, like this big TV screen behind me. I could switch the world into fluffy dimension, like you can see right there behind us, and everything will turn 10 times lighter, as well as being, you know, pink and fluffy.
Right, and so adorable.
Yes.
And I love that it's not just the, you know, the items related to solving a puzzle, but if there's artwork hanging on the wall, when you shift into another dimension or another set of physics, everything changes.
Yeah,
all of your
everything.
assets change.
Yes, yeah. So all of our materials, quite a few of our objects actually change geometry. In particular, our safes here will actually turn into like a big plushy version of themselves. And we have
So your
all
art
the
department
portraits change.
went crazy when you said, by the way, we need 3 versions or 4 versions of every asset.
Well, we ended up making it as kind of a test when we first announced the game at PAX last year, and everyone it just resonated with everybody. And so we were like, oh man, we're gonna have to do like 50 of these. So
Right.
we did.
So now what is this scenario that we're seeing here?
So this is one of the levels that we're showing off here at E3, and the premise of this is to learn how to manipulate Fluffy Dimension, and so being able to switch into Fluffy and using these safes as platforms to be able to get up. So it's a really simple puzzle just to kind of showcase this one dimension.
Just to get you in, yeah. Now, so what are some of those other dimensional shifts? I know there's fluffy, there's heavy.
There's slow motion dimension.
Slow motion.
Where everything will move 20 times slower, and then reverse gravity dimension. So everything is just going to go up.
Right, which it sounds simple in theory, like, okay, I can slow things down, or okay, I can shift gravity. But if I know you guys, that means I'm going to have to use multiple dimensions or shift them around quickly to solve puzzles in a certain way?
Yeah, definitely. You know, at the very beginning of the game, you're just going to have access to Fluffy Dimension, and then you're going to get access to Heavy, and then Slow Motion, and then by the end of the game, you've got access to all 4 dimensions on your controller or keyboard, and it becomes all about that manipulation in between each one of these dimensions and how it relates to the environment.
Now, one of the things going back to Portal that I loved is that you could figure out a completely unique way to solve a room. It was as if yes, the developers or the level designer had in mind, here is one easy, quick, efficient way to solve it, but you could get creative and figure out multiple solutions. I'm assuming that's alive and well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's the beauty of physics games, actually, in general, is that you kind of never know how a player's going to really solve it. And there are many times where we were playtesting and someone would go through a puzzle and we're like, well, that's different. Wow, I never even think of that.
Sure.
And like, as long as we weren't trying to teach a player a particular technique, we were like, hey, that's valid, let's do it.
Love that. And I guess we should take a step back because if the viewers, if this is their first time seeing the game, we've gone, sure, there's fluffy safes and you can slow time and that's how you solve these puzzles, but where are we and why are we? What are these puzzles that we're trying to solve?
So, the very beginning of the game, you actually find out that you're this kid who's been dropped off on your uncle's doorstep for the weekend by your parents, and your uncle just so happens to be this famous scientist and inventor, Professor Quadrangle, and he's the one who actually invented the interdimensional shift device, which is what you end up using throughout the game to shift dimensions. And he usually greets you at the door, but this time around there's a big catastrophe and you don't know what happened to him, and the entire house goes onto like a lockdown system. And so it's up to you now to be the adult and figure out what's going on, lift the lockdown on the manor and find out what happened to your uncle.
Quite the conundrum indeed. It's available for pre-order right now on Steam?
Yeah,
for PC gamers?
Yes. For PC on Steam, we have pre-orders going live now, and there's a really cool special that we're doing right now. So it's 10% off if you pre-order now, as well as you're entered in a really neat sweepstakes to get your portrait painted and put in the game in Quantum Conundrum if you win the sweepstakes. So,
and so if it's my visage in there, can I be fluffied as well? And will I be affected as you shift it all?
Yep.
I love it. Now, what about the console side of things? When can console gamers get their hands on it?
So right now we don't have any official dates yet, but we're looking to once again release sometime this summer. So stay tuned.
Kim, thank you so much, not only for Portal but for this game. Quantum Conundrum looks amazing. We really appreciate it.
Most of you have played SimCity, but now you'll be able to watch a city fall on a much larger scale thanks to the upcoming reboot of the series.
Whether you like playing God or just like being a big-time real estate mogul, EA SimCity 5 is giving you the keys to the city. Kip, I've heard it said that this is kind of a reboot of the franchise. Tell me a little bit about what players can expect.
Yeah, so SimCity, we looked at this reinventing every feature from top to bottom. It's a model-like, beautiful, constructible world. We were really inspired by tilt-shift photography. Every sim in your city has a home, a place they shop, and a place they work. So there's this entire city living right in your computer. One of the features we haven't talked about a lot yet are disasters, and that's one that the fans just love. We actually gave a hint of it at our game trailer. You might have saw some kind of giant monster or something in there.
Sorry, well, I know that it's coming out around February 2013. Where can somebody pick it up?
Yeah, you can pre-order today on Origin.com. You can follow us more to get more information on SimCity.com and follow us on Facebook or Twitter.
Awesome. Well, thanks for all the information, Kip. Guys, all that's left now is to build yourself your own utopia.
Coming up, we've got Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes. But first, I've got another Best of E3 award to give away, so bye. Hi, are you Xavier Poix?
No.
Oh, okay. Hi, Xavier Poix?
No.
No, okay. Are you Xavier Poix?
Actually, I'm Xavier Poix.
Oh, Xavier, hi! I want to present to you X-Play's Best of E3 award for our favorite Nintendo game, Rayman Legends.
Wow, I'm so thrilled. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It's awesome. It's real.
Yeah, great.
Now, I have a question for you. Do the French make games better?
Of course, obviously. I mean, if you reward us, yes.
Okay, do you have a list of people you want to thank?
Bien sûr, j'aimerais récompenser, féliciter toute l'équipe à Montpellier qui a travaillé si dur pour ce jeu, pour préparer le 3.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by the all-new Ford Focus ST.
Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes is just another Lego Batman game. Well, first of all, that would be awesome, but it isn't that. This sequel is huge in scope with a supporting cast that includes the Justice League of America, and it gives you a giant open world to tackle, as if the Justice League wasn't enough. And joining me today is producer Phil Ring. Phil, thank you so much for being on the show, my friend.
Hi, thank you.
That was real applause, by the way. That was all for you, my friend. That was all for you. So Phil, listen, I'm an equal opportunity demoer. I share responsibility with all of my coworkers. I fought like hell to talk about this game because I love Batman, I love Lego, so you've really created a game for me, so thank you. for that. For the fans at home, I know they're also very excited about this. Tell me where this kind of fits in. Where does Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes fit in the world? What's happening right now?
Okay, so I mean, we had loads of fun making the first Lego Batman game. We thought it was a brilliant world to play in, and when we come to the point where go, right, we'll do a sequel, we wanted to do something much bigger and better. So it kind of picks up, it's a unique story that we've got for the game, and we wanted to do something that was different. So that's why we thought, let's give players the whole of Gotham City to explore. So the kind of the storyline is about Batman and Superman teaming up to defeat Lex Luthor and the Joker, and it's something that we wanted to do that was kind of new for the game. So.
And what are we looking at right here? What are we seeing on the screen, as you can see over here on the footage? Probably on this one right here, because you're going to have a real hard time doing this a bunch. So what are we looking at up here?
So here we've got, this is the Batcave, so this is kind of like the starting point within the world. We've got Batman and Robin there, as of course it's Lego Batman game, that's what you'd expect. But of course Superman, we've got the DC characters, and with Superman comes Superman's abilities, and that's kind of what drove where we wanted to go with the game. So here we've got Superman just flying out the entrance to the Batcave. The doors kind of open up, and now this kind of reveals the Gotham City hub, and this is the Gotham City world that you get to play in. This is where we just wanted to fill this world full of Lego, full of really cool things that you can interact with, but also things for the DC fans. So not only do we have the Justice League characters in there, we've also got the villains that kind of accompany that. So we've got people in there like General Zod. We've also got loads of Batman villains still. So we've got the Penguin, Killer Croc, Mr. Freeze. And within the city itself, you can actually fly around, you find these characters, you defeat them in boss encounters, and then you get to purchase them and play as them.
Now, I know that was one of the biggest surprises, and certainly something that people were really excited about when you announced that Gotham City was going to be the hub, and you were able to do pretty much anything you wanted. So how does it serve not only as a gameplay hub, but a story hub as well? How do you get missions throughout Gotham City?
Okay, so the kind of story levels are still there, and that's really important that we had that kind of story gameplay for kind of classic Lego gameplay. And the way that it works is, so if we take the first level, for example, you're in Gotham Theatre, you're at the Man of the Year Awards ceremony, and Joker turns up with a whole load of other goons and causes mayhem. Once you complete that level, we then drop you into the city. So that's the kind of first introduction to the city itself. And we signal where you need to go next. And as you play through the story, new things happen, new kind of events unfold. And you can use the city as kind of like your base. So you'll see a level and you go, right, I need to go to Waste Chemical because the Joker's just broken in to steal some chemicals. You drive to Waste Chemical and that triggers the next story event. So it's kind of like a constant link between the story levels and the city itself.
But unlike just a place to put point A and point B, there are actually things, surprises and things to experience within Gotham City as well, correct?
Yeah, definitely. We wanted to fill it full of not only just the kind of DC stuff, but also Lego stuff. So you've got all the fun things that you can do in a Lego game. We've got things like there's a fairground in the city. You can go ride the roller coaster, ride the Ferris wheel, and kind of do all the silly like Lego things. You would get rewarded for all of these, but then you get to do other cool things as well, such as fighting Poison Ivy in the Botanical Gardens to kind of lock her back up into Arkham. The part of the storyline is that all of the criminals break out of Arkham, as kind of is a very Batman thing that happens, and that's kind of half the point. The city's in peril, so while you're trying to defeat Joker and Lex Luthor, you still have all these other villains that you need to take down.
All right, so you were pretty judicious earlier when you talked about the villains, but you glossed over the fact that the Justice League is in this game. So can you talk at all about who's going to be actually in the game from the Justice League?
Yeah, definitely. So we wanted Justice League as kind of like a big part of the game. So the main part of the game is Batman, Superman, and Robin, because that's kind of like the kind of main story part. But then the Justice League are introduced later on. So we've got in there, we've got Cyborg, we've got The Flash, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, we've even got people like Hawkman, Hawkgirl, so there's a huge range of characters in there. And then we also toy with the kind of the comic book stories of Batman's kind of doesn't really trust Superman because of the amount of power, and there's kind of that relationship between the two of them of that kind of distrust and what's going on. And we play up on that, but kind of with the Lego version of it. So.
Very cool. Does Batman sound like he just got punched in the throat?
He doesn't.
Okay.
He's a very good Batman, actually. He's what you'd expect a minifig Batman to sound like.
Sounds very awesome, man. So when can people expect to get their hands on this game?
Okay, so the game's going to be released on 19th of June in the US and 22nd in Europe.
Very cool, man. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so
Pleasure.
much for coming in the game. Looks awesome. I'm so excited.
Oh, Twitter wall! Twitter wall! Wherefore art thou, Twitter wall? Oh, there you are. Hello. NTR811 says, I never get tired of the giant sheets. Well, everyone knows that that's how you unveil a giant building with giant sheets. No doy. I'm bringing it back, no doy. And Orly Eyes must obtain PS Vita in like 20 games, LOL. Thanks for amazing coverage of E3 on G4. This year it was a blast. And for that tweet, you have just won a 1-year membership to Gamefly.com, the best way to rent and buy games. Way to go, congrats. As for everyone else, I'm out of breath.
Just head to G4TV.com/E3 sweeps and keep using the hashtag E3 on G4 for a chance to win something for yourself. Time is running out, so keep on tweeting. Yeah.
No doy, they.
No doy.
After the break, we're gonna demo Metro Last Light. Listen, if you thought present-day Russia was messed up, just wait until the apocalypse. Man, oh man.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by GameFly, the best way to rent and buy games.
Metro 2033 came out of absolutely nowhere with a terrifying tale of apocalyptic Russia with stunning visuals and, again, terrifying monsters.
The sequel, Metro Last Light, looks to up the ante in every respect, so prepare to be double scared.
Yeah, which we absolutely love. Thank you for that. Joining us today, Hugh Bynan, Head of Global Communications for THQ. Hi. Hugh, thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you.
So, again, like we said, 2033 came out of absolutely nowhere, surprised everyone. People are somewhat familiar now with this story, obviously, but this game actually takes place after 2033, right?
Yeah, that's right. Metro Last Light is a direct narrative sequel to 2033, the original game based on a novel. We've worked with the author of the book to create a brand new story that continues Artyom's story this time round.
Okay.
And what are we seeing right here?
So, you're joined with this young Red Line officer called Pavel. You're forced into an uneasy alliance, and you're going up onto the Moscow surface for the first time. It's a pretty inhospitable place up there. You've just put your gas mask on. You'll see from your watch the number of seconds of air you have left ticking away, and this is the spectacle of ruined Moscow laid out in front of you. It's a pretty bleak world.
When you're wearing a watch to work that tells you how many seconds you have to live, that is a terrible job.
Yeah, and
quit your job. Try to find something else
It's constantly ticking down. It's pretty frightening.
Now, what was it like creating this landscape, and what inspiration, where'd you get your inspiration from?
Well, our studio are based out in Kiev, in the Ukraine. And you've seen a lot of post-apocalyptic games, but they're told from a very Western perspective. They draw their cultural inspirations from a fairly narrow set of sources. These guys come from a completely different background, and well, you can see in the bleak visuals here, it creates a very different style of game world.
Yeah, we can see the mood. It seems very tense, and you know, and again, like you said, very apocalyptic. But the environments as well, I think, really lend well to what you guys are trying to tell. In creating these immersive environments, did you draw a lot from Kiev and the places that the surrounding areas?
You know, the landscape around there is pretty bleak.
Sure.
They've had a pretty tough time out there over the last few decades or so they don't have to look too far for inspiration.
They can just look out the window, basically, and they're like, yeah, we'll just do that right over there.
So now, what kind of gameplay are we looking for? I mean, are we fast-paced? Are we slow-paced? Are we squad-based?
There are a lot of different gameplay styles in Metro Last Light, and last year we really showed a lot of action-heavy sequences, a lot of combat, but this year we're really dialing into our survival horror inspirations. So you'll see right now Artyom is kind of picking his way through the subway, disturbing this corpse. He's trying to scavenge for filters, ammunition for his gun. We've added this new mechanic you just saw there where matter, blood, debris can get on his mask, and you have to manually wipe it off. You can get spatters of gore on there. You're creeping through this subway now. You can see some of our very pretty lighting effects. There's a real survival horror vibe to this section of the game.
Now, is this? I mean, the game looks absolutely incredible, but so did 2033. Is this running on the same engine, or did you guys improve on that? Did you rebuild? How's this?
Yeah,
work?
the engine is our in-house engine. We call it the 4A engine. We pretty much build it to create this Metro experience. I don't think there's anything off the shelf that could create the world we want to do it. So, as we need a new feature, we can build it in there. So, lighting is a huge strength. You saw earlier some of our new dynamic weather that really brings these outdoor areas to light. If we need something, we just build it in.
Now, did you guys focus on the single player, or are there multiplayer elements as well?
Well, we're really focused on single player, and fans of Metro 2033, they got something which I think is becoming increasingly rare, which is this really extraordinary story-driven single-player campaign. So I want to reassure them that that's absolutely what we're going for this time around. However, we are adding a multiplayer component to the game. We're not ready to talk about it just yet, but we think you'll be pleasantly surprised when we show it.
Suffice to say, it's going to be terrifying, I think is what he was implying right there.
Yeah.
Now, you said as far as the story, people do expect that story-driven single-player experience. You worked with the author to create this game. Are we going to see his works affected by the game? How did that collaboration go?
So, I mean, we've worked very closely with Dmitry. The first time round, we were building a video game adaptation of his book, and he wrote a follow-up that just wasn't really suited for a game. So we worked closely with him to come up with a brand new original story that he created for us to continue Artyom's story. We think he's a really interesting protagonist from the first game. He's not your muscle-bound superhero. He's quite a conflicted soul. And if you play 2033, we kind of left him on a literal cliffhanger at the end. We're going to continue his story this time around in a direction that maybe you don't quite expect.
All right, we're very excited. When can people pick it up and play?
So Metro Last Light is coming out on PC, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3 in early 2013.
All right, we are looking forward to it. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
They're saying you should have been at the convention center like 5 minutes ago, so you should probably do the running thing.
Gosh, I've got
now.
another Best of E3 award to give away.
Believe it or not,
okay,
yes.
okay.
Yes, you do.
Jonathan Moran.
Yes.
Sorry, guys. Hi, sorry. I wanted to present to you X-Play's Best of E3 award for the best surprise at E3, Watch Dogs. Congratulations.
Great. Thanks a lot.
What do you think exactly sets this game apart from all the other games we've seen out there?
It's got to be the creative minds that are behind it. So everybody was listening to everybody, and everybody was challenging everybody to do something special. And hopefully that means that we kind of succeed at it.
Well, it's amazing. Congratulations. I've got to get back to my show.
Okay.
You get back to yours. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
Congrats.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by Kit Kat Bars. Break time, anytime.
Here at E3, they have tons of cool gaming toys, like this inflatable gaming card. How cool is this? Oh my gosh. Oh my god, you guys are so bad at this. Like, kind of the worst I've ever seen. No wonder you picked baby seats. You guys are a bunch of babies. It's really... Hey! Hey! No, you guys! Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Welcome back to E3 12 Live. G4's coverage doesn't stop here. Find out more at G4TV.com, presented by the all-new Ford Focus ST. Wait a minute. My spider sense is tingling. I think Kevin and Blair are at the LA Convention Center. For the next step.
Tie-in games simply replicate the same story you just paid $15 to see in the theater, except the end result isn't good and it cost you 4 times as much.
Sounds about right.
Yes.
But The Amazing Spider-Man is the exception. It's a big open-world game, and it picks up where the movie ends.
That's right, and here to help us get in touch with our inner web slinger, which sounds a little bit creepy, is D. Brown, studio head of Beanox. D, how are you, bud?
Thanks.
Thank you for coming in, my friend.
You're welcome.
Look, the obvious question here, how closely is this going to be tied into The Amazing Spider-Man in theaters later this summer?
Well, the game actually takes place after the events of the movie, so that's something that was super important for us. We wanted this game to be an awesome game, a game that stands on its own, so we wanted to have the maximum liberty, the maximum creativity. So putting the story after the events of the movie allowed us to introduce all sort of new villains, new Marvel characters, and layer in all sort of elements from the Marvel universe in this game.
What sort of access did you have to the people that were actually making the movie? Did you know plot points and storylines and everything else so you could tie it in?
Yeah, well, we've obviously read the entire script of the movie. We've met with Mark Webb and his team over at Sony very early on in the production to get a sense of what the universe was all about and get this feeling of this new rebooted franchise, like the new reboot of the movie.
So what improvements did you make on what a lot of people consider to be already the best offering that Spider-Man is out there?
We've basically reinvented a lot of things. So everything in this game, from the web swing, the camera, the combat, everything is brand new and fresh. And we're introducing actually the web rush mechanic, which is a brand new thing for the Spider-Man franchise, which is awesome. It's going to give you an unprecedented level of control over Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man could already get around the city pretty quick in previous games, but now it seems like you can bounce almost pinball style between buildings and structures and cars and everything else and get from one end to the other in no time.
Exactly, and all of this is the power of one button, the web rush button. It allows you to, anytime you just trigger and you can go on and just bounces off the wall and everything. And it really really all depends on what's on your screen. It's all context-based, and it's just awesome. Finally, you have the power of the web slinger in your hands.
Are you scared at all that people aren't actually going to play the game? Because all I really want to do is sit around and do that.
I know, and
Awesome.
you should. I mean, it's just awesome. It's the best game we've ever done at Beanox. It's the most. We've never put as much resources, time, everything is. It's the biggest offering we've ever had.
Now, what we're seeing here, is this part of like a main storyline mission? Because what I always love are those little ancillary in-the-moment missions where you're just going around and there's a chance to do good or to do terrible. Like,
Oh yeah, well we have a bunch of side missions in Manhattan. Obviously, we've just seen like the car chase mission, which is really cool, and that's actually nice because you get to use the web swing to get around, but then the web rush allow you to really pinpoint the car and get on top of it and have this incredible control over Spidey.
And as you were telling Kevin earlier, you worked really closely with the movie studio, but again, conceptually, this is something that you guys fleshed out yourselves, and you brought in some exclusive concept art here today, which we really appreciate.
Yeah.
So what exactly were we looking at right here on this concept art?
Yeah, well, right now, this is actually Lizard for the first time ever revealed. So
Awesome.
Lizard is going to have an appearance in our game. And I can't say much more about that. I mean, let's leave a bit of surprise for the fans.
But he's going to be a bad guy. We can clarify that.
he's misunderstood.
That's
okay.
Now, what about, I heard something that on the PS3 and 360, you guys are actually going to try to include readable comics as part of the game?
Oh yeah, that's a big thing. That's the first time ever that Marvel has ever allowed that in a video game.
Yeah.
So in Manhattan, we are introducing those collectibles, which are basically comic
hidden
book pages.
or the book?
Exactly.
Okay.
And you gather those, and then once you've reached a certain numbers, you actually unlock a full comic issue.
So when can we expect to be web rushing around our homes?
June 26th.
June 26th.
Across all platforms?
You have to. Yeah, pretty much all platforms, and you need to take a look at this one. I mean, if you've played past Spider-Man games and everything, this is nothing like it. This is the new evolution of Spider-Man. It's just awesome. It rocks.
Awesome, and it's important to point out, although that is a few weeks away, you do have some pre-order incentives going as well, though.
Yeah, but not only any pre-order bonus, the coolest one ever.
Oh, of course.
Like yeah.
Maybe you didn't get the memo.
The coolest ever.
We have one of the pre-orders actually Rhino challenges where you get to play Rhino and kind of do your rampage in the city, but we have Stan Lee, the man himself, the creator of Spider-Man, that's actually playable. So he's not only doing a voice and things like that.
Of course he is.
Yeah, like I mean,
can
I don't
shake
know
a
why
cane at
nobody has
anybody in
never
the
thought
world.
of that, like having him web swing around Manhattan and everything. It seems like he's made for that, and it's really great. So you get to web swing as Stan Lee, you collect the pages from his latest script, and when you do, it unlocks like a really cool thing. Surprise! I can tell you what it is. It has something to do with Spider-Man 50th anniversary, which is this year, by the way. I'm sure you knew that. But
well, absolutely, I knew that.
You did, right?
He's wearing his
that on live
Excelsior
television.
boxers today. It's very excited.
Well, D, thank you so
Love it,
much
man.
for your
You're
time,
welcome.
my friend.
Really appreciate
Looks
it.
awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it. June 26th.
Let's go web sling.
I come bearing gifts, and they come in the form of tweets. Easy Dad Dude, like your name. Watch Dogs reveal and gameplay blew me away, and the end of The Last of Us demo, you know what I'm talking about. Bang! Bang, bang, right back at ya. Ryan DeLion, can't wait to actually play these great games. Being patient isn't easy. Thanks, G4, for the great footage, and Exod Auditor. This has been the best E3 ever. Thanks to G4 for putting it on TV. For all of us gamers and nerds, all hail G4! Yes, bow down to G4. We'll be here next year, too, so you can tune in then. Or every day. And I've got one last prize to give away for today. Drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
Thank you. Tweeter Eric Gibbs 4 just won an Xbox 360 today. Yay! As for you, fellow tweeters, worry not. You can still win something. Just head to g4tv.com/E3sweeps and keep using the hashtag E3 on G4. Tweets from this final hour are eligible to win a PlayStation 3. However, sadly, the winner will not be announced on TV. It will be announced online since we have no more E3 shows. Cheer! Just be sure to check in with G4TV.com to find out if you are the lucky winner.
We will do just that. Thank you,
Hey,
Candace.
you're
Stay
back.
right there.
Hooray.
I'm back.
So quickly.
We've still got more E3. Get all the details about The Cave, the mysterious new game from the creators of The Secret of Monkey Island and Maniac Mansion. It's coming up E3 12 on G4 RNG.
G4's live coverage of E3 2012 is brought to you by the all-new Ford Focus ST.
Yes.
Hi, do you mind if I take a seat?
Oh, please.
Woo! I want to present to you X-Play's Best of E3 award for Best of Show for Assassin's Creed 3. Congratulations.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Why do you think people are going so crazy over this game?
I think people are surprised at the scope of it. So I'm hoping that people, they knew there were cities. We showed a bit of the frontier. Now we're into the naval. And we got a few more secrets even up our sleeve. But hopefully it's scale.
Oh, well, congratulations. I have to get going, but it's very nice to meet you. I'm very happy for you.
Cheers.
Congrats. Okay. Bye. I'm back!
I'm so worried.
Oh my gosh! I'm exhausted.
I was so frightened that you might not make it back in time. Thank you.
I made it. I made
Crazy.
it. I'm gonna put my shoes back on.
With a trio of hit downloadable games and the most successful Kickstarter campaign ever, Tim Schafer's Double Fine Productions is truly on a roll.
Yes, it is. Their next game is The Cave, a mysterious platformer from the creator of The Secret of Monkey Island.
Hey guys, Alex here. I am so excited to show you this next new game. From the guy who shaped my childhood, Ron Gilbert, creator of Monkey Island, comes Double Fine's new adventure game, The Cave. Just saw a little demo skis. What is The Cave?
It's about these 7 characters who go into this cave. Some of them are there to confront their fears, others are there to find their world's desire. But whatever they do, they learn something very important, kind of about who they are when they descend into the cave.
Can the fans expect that same crisp, classic humor of Ron Gilbert games?
Yeah, I think you're definitely going to find that. It's probably a little bit darker. I mean, this is a dark comedy, so there's kind of a dark element to the soul of each of these characters. But there's definitely tons of humor in the game, and weird situations and fun puzzles that you're solving, and princesses that get eaten by dragons, and all sorts of good stuff.
How difficult are the puzzles?
I think there's a broad range of the puzzles. Some of the characters are going to be a little more difficult than the other characters that you do, but I wanted to do something that wasn't just this excruciating adventure games experience, but something that you just had a lot of fun.
Do you have any info on what platforms it's going to be? When is it going to be released?
The platforms we're announcing now, it's on the Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.
And do we know when?
It's early 2013.
Thank you, Ron, so much. Amazing game. Check it out, The Cave.
We are almost done here today. We have showed you a lot of games. I ran a marathon and plenty of awards were given out.
Yes, but now it's time to see what Morgan and Blair's favorites were.
Let's send it back to the Los Angeles Convention Center one last time.
Okay.
Yes.
First of all, congratulations on making it out alive.
Thank
we
you.
did it.
You too.
We saw a ton of games this week, and I know it's really hard to pick a favorite, but what stood out for you? If you had to answer that, what stood out for you this year?
Okay, well, I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan, so I was really excited to see Assassin's Creed 3. We got to see a lot of gameplay at the press conferences, Ubisoft press conference especially, which I know you guys were at. And, it was nice how they let it breathe, and we really got to see a lot of that game.
Also, ship fighting.
Right?
Ship fighting is awesome.
Why haven't we done more of that in video games?
I feel like the bar has been set.
All right.
I see a lot more of it. For me personally, again, we saw a lot of great games, specifically here on our stage. But the Watch Dogs thing that they showed at Ubisoft, and then, of course, we actually expanded on here on our show, really impressed me. Like we were saying earlier, when you've got the entire industry questioning whether or not it's a next-generation game, and then it's a current-generation game, that says a lot about what you have there and how special it is. So I think a lot of people moving forward are going to be really excited about Watch Dogs.
And it's also really nice to see a surprise. Like we saw that with
Absolutely.
Beyond. We all love to see a surprise because often we come into these conferences knowing that we're going to see Assassin's Creed 3, obviously. So that was pretty cool. I like that.
Absolutely. But either way, regardless of what you like the most, it was a huge year at E3. I know everybody has much fun as we did, especially Kevin and Candace. So back to you guys.
Especially
Especially us.
Listen, when E3 ends, that doesn't mean we're going to stop obsessing over games. No. X-Play is back on June 18th with new episodes and... Hold on, I'm not finished.
And what?
They also have an all-new look. Oh, my God.
Morgan and Blair will have the latest on Black Ops 2 and reviews of all the latest games. I don't want to spend $60 on a piece of junk.
Who does, Candace?
I don't know.
It's a great
Who does?
question.
So listen what they have to say. Catch X-Play weeknights at 6:30 only on G4.
And hey, also starting Monday, all next week, The Nerdist is hosting
Yes.
Attack of the Show.
Chris Hardwick.
I'm tuning in. I don't normally watch that thing, but I'm tuning in for it. He's a great guy. He's going to be a great guest host for
And
the week.
we
It's
will
gonna be
miss
great.
you.
You will not notice I'm not here, but I
will.
appreciate that.
I'll
That's very
notice
kind.
it.
It's
I'll
been a
miss you.
blast. Thank you guys for watching E3. Make sure you tune into Attack of the Show next week. Thank you to Candace